Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the official first episode back of Freshly Baked Props Live. Guys, what's up, man? I see there's a couple people here. I appreciate everybody who's going to hang out with me, even if you're just listening. I see Woody said he's just listening. Appreciate you. Frank's going to catch the replay. I appreciate you, Frank. First day of Ross. Oh, my God. Easy life. Hell yeah, bud. Hell yeah. We got a couple of good things to work on today. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be working on for the next few weeks. I've decided what I'm going to give away for the Touch Grass Challenge. Shout out to Jacob Reel for this awesome shirt before I go forward. Great stuff. Thank you, Jacob. But I have a few things that I'm going to do today. And then I'm going to, I'm going to show, right, same time. It's fucking awesome. Jacob Reel's a great dude. Great dude. But I found some cool stuff that we're going to modify. I found what I'm going to give away for the Touch Grass Challenge. That's going to be what I'm going to be working on. Not today, but next Tuesday. So every Tuesday going forward at 11:30, I'm going to be doing this. Hey, what's up, Menjoza? It's good to see you, bud. This Freshly Baked Props, just to get some work done. And me and my wife had a talk yesterday. We're going to officially relaunch the Etsy. So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be making here is going to wind up on the Etsy. I think it was supposed to be the game plan last year. And it just went to shit because of stuff. So it's coming along. Currently, I am at a standstill because I am waiting to hear back on the flooring part of it. But I might have to just say fuck it and just kind of pretend like it's not going to happen and just continue to work. But it has everything ready to go. I'm just, it's kind of, like it's like you're a contractor and you're waiting for like the flooring guy to come in, and you can't go any further until the flooring guy gets in and does what he's supposed to do. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But it's just sitting in my garage, pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna start working on the legs because I think I can do that. So I'm gonna start working on the legs soon. But that's gonna be probably maybe next month's Freshly Baked. I'm gonna take the camera into the garage with the laptop, and we're just gonna work from the garage while I work on that. So this month is for the prize for the Touch Grass Challenge and just a couple of knick-knack things that I found that we'll fuck with here. Hey, what's up, Mikey? It's good to see you, bud. Whoa, it's good to see you, dude. Welcome, brother. It's good to have you, dude. My lovely wife is at work. Oh, you shorts. That's right. That's right. It's like a low-cut shirt for you, right? If you wore a low-cut shirt, everybody would be like, oh, right, Crown Fox is letting them hang out. That's right, I'm letting them hang out. What's up, Jeff? It's good to see you, bud. Hey, God. I got a half a joint because I smoked half of it this morning, and I'm going to smoke the rest now. And I'm going to show you what we got here today. So, first things first, this is what we're going to work on today, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do for the next couple weeks. My buddy Artie, if you watched the pre-roll on Sunday, he gave me these dummy figures that you kind of like model kits. So we're going to put the spider together today here on Freshly Baked Props. Thank you again, Artie, for the awesome gift. And then the figures themselves, I will do on a members only smoke break. I put one of them together just to kind of get the gist, and they're not too bad. But I want to put the spider together here, so we'll do that here today. And then I forgot to show you guys this thing on the pre-roll. I went to Dollar General, and the same brand that made that mech that everybody bought and modified last year made this thing. I opened it already, but I'm going to show you the box that it came in. So it was like a box like this, and it came with this little remote drone. So it came with this little remote drone. Now, it comes with a little missile here that fires out. That went over there into the ether. I am not getting it. But there's a missile here that goes there, but I didn't really need that missile. I was going to take that out anyway. It was the point I was going to do. But this looks pretty good. I think it just needs a paint job. It had these stupid Soldier Force stickers on them. I peeled them off, obviously. Originally, I was going to paint it army green and make it like a G.I. Joe style drone. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, well, you know what? If you paint it like I agree. I agree 100% with this, Shane. Yeah, I agree with that, dude. And I think with a little bit of TLC, this thing can be really sick. Now, it's going to start with this. This is supposed to be black. It's supposed to be like tinted glass because that's where the camera is. That's where the sensor is for them to see everything. So we're obviously going to paint that black. I was going to, like I said, I was originally going to paint it green, but I was like, ugh, you know, if I need to use it for somebody else, I really don't want it like G.I. Joe green. That's too obvious. So I'm going to go like a gunmetal silver. And this way I could use it for Firefly. I could use it for the Joes. I could use it for Batman. It could just kind of be like a stealth drone. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm also going to accent the lines. There's a lot of cool detail in here. I don't think you can see it. There you go. I know it's a little blurry, but it's got some great detail in here that if you bring it up, it'll look really good. So we're going to work on this today, and we're going to work on the spider today. If I have some more time, we're going to work on this as well. So I have like 10 of these in the garage. They all come with this little thing here that goes in his chest, and then you push the button in his chest and it pops out. So you just put the thing here and it just kind of pops right out. Stupid little design, but you know, it's for the kids, right? So what I was gonna do, I just lost it now. Probably went in here or some shit. I'm gonna glue that in when I find it. And then we're going to paint this. Now, I have 10 of these, so what I was thinking about doing, I don't know where the fuck that thing went just now. I have 10 of these, so I'm going to do 5, keep them like this, and put them with the Hordak Trooper. So, like, he's the leader of this little horde. And then I'm going to paint the other 5 a navy blue and give them to the Cobra, essentially. I don't know where the fuck that thing just... It bounced out of my hand and disappeared. This desk just like swallows things. It is fucking baffling to me how I just lose shit on this desk constantly. It just disappears. It just goes. It just says, no, we're good. We don't want to get glued in. All right, I'll find you when I find you, you fuckface. But I'm gonna save this for last. If I have time, I'm gonna paint it. But we got a lot of people in here. What's up, guys? I'm so sorry. Casual Toy Collector's in the house. Jetman is in the house. What's up, guys? It's good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging out. There's a 3D file for a drone chair that looks like a drone control seat. I'll send you the photos. Yes, please, and thank you, Bobby Wall. So yeah, so I'm gonna save this for last. I am gonna find that little nub is what I was calling it before. And I think if you see these in the wild, they're 3-pack. They come with those small little Buzz Lightyear and the other astronaut. These would work great for whatever you need. He-Man, G.I. Joe, Marvel, whatever you need. They have the bigger ones that you get the Zerg robot ones too. So like these are, I felt like these were probably the best of the Buzz Lightyear toys because this went with everything. This could go with literally everything. Justin Boots in the house. What's up, Justin? It's good to see you, bud. That's awesome, man. And Hendo's in the house. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? It's good to see you, brother. And Ken's Toys in the house. I keep my table in such a mess. Dude, it's fucking insane. It just eats everything up. And what's crazy is I put my hand in front of it so it would fall into my hand, and it still didn't fall into my hand. It just shot out and just went, no, we're good. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. So, I don't know. So, we're going to start with this guy. We're gonna paint it gunmetal silver, and then I'm gonna paint the this thing black. I am gonna fill this with hot glue just to give it, because it's hollow. It's just a hollow shell, obviously. You know Soldier Force when you get it at Dollar Tree, how it comes. But now the missiles here, they don't come off, and it's driving me up a fucking wall. So we're gonna make those removable as well. So I don't know if I'm just gonna cut the front and the back and then put my own little middle piece for the missile itself and then leave this part so I can clip it. That's kind of where my mindset is going right now with it. But that's kind of what we're going to do today. So look at this. It's shot over here. I'm such a dick. Anyway, let's put that back in your chest. Asian nubbin. You got it back, bro. There you go. He got his nubbin back. Now, that's today. Starting next week for the Touch Grass Challenge, the winner of October's Touch Grass Challenge, I'm going to give you a diorama that was used in the last play motion video, and that was this. So we have this here. It's a little dilapidated building. I found the window shades that'll block the window, and I found the door that I made for it that goes here. So it could be an old rundown house, it could be a medieval tavern, it could be whatever your little heart desires. But one thing's for sure, it won't be in my house anymore. That's funny. So I have to like modify the door a bit just so I could fit it in because of the hinges, because I added hinges so you can open and close the door. And then what I'm going to do is I have this big piece of scrap foam from the tactical battle platform. Glad that Bobby Wall brought it up, and I'm just going to make a side wall out of it so that you can have it like that. And I'll probably make a ceiling and possibly a second wall. My goal is to cut this in half, like long ways, and make 2 walls out of it. If not, you're getting 1 wall. So it's just like a L-shaped diorama that you could put, and I'm going to make it reversible. So eventually I'm going to spackle this whole side and make it so if you want to shoot on the inside of it, you can shoot on the inside of it. If you want to just kind of flip it and shoot on the outside, you can do that too. So that's the prize for the Touch Grass Challenge. We're going to make sure all of this looks good on there, nice and good for the winner. So please consider getting involved. Consider submitting some pictures, man, because I want to see what everybody brings to the table. So that is what yes, a dreadnought cabin. Yes, it could be that. It could be whatever you want. I made it kind of like I don't know if you, I mean, I'm sure you can see the texturing on the front here. It looks very like it's clay, like someone just built a whole clay thing. Now, as you can see some of the paint on it, like I said, I wanted it to look old. I'm going to keep adding to it so it looks really good when we're done. But I framed out all the windows with balsa wood. I framed out the top with balsa wood. You could put once you get this thing standing, I will put magnets in it so that it'll, and I made the sound effect. My wife probably started laughing. But it'll be cool. I'm gonna make sure it looks good for everybody. I'm gonna make sure I don't let nobody down. I'll show you basically. So like, I just kind of slid them in this way. If I'm not, I don't remember how I did it, but there you go. So like, but they weren't even. So like, if you put these in, they weren't even, like they kind of folded over on each other. So I just gotta like correct that and get a better hinge system so that they can open and close. And I'm gonna work on all that this, like I said, this couple weeks, and we'll get that ready to go. So like I said, please consider entering the Touch Grass Challenge. That's what we're going to be working on this month, and then next month's probably going to be just all out, working on the tactical battle platform for the month of November. That's dope as hell, legend. I was taking pics. Full place, it's right there in my hand, and a die open. Well, listen, like I said, please enter the challenge. It's a lighting challenge. I'm gonna call it Halloween Havoc because shout outs to WCW. So it's gonna be called the Legend Series Lighting Challenge, a Halloween Havoc. So you can do anything horror, magic, witches, whatever related. But I know, I'm seeing everybody said that, and I had to cancel. I had pre-ordered that like 25th anniversary of BBTS, that like Nightshade soldier dude that came with the extra Van Helsing head. I had to cancel it because he went through, and so did the general, and it was just one of those like, which one do you need more, and I need that fucking general figure, so I opted to just keep him, and I canceled that other pre-order because it's just another Delta soldier, and it's cool to have that extra head, but I'm sure I could find one in a while or just buy it. It wasn't sold out, so you know, if I really want and I have the money, I'll get it. But it really wasn't like a necessity. I didn't need it right this second. But yeah, so what I'm going to do here first is fill this bottom with hot glue because I don't like that it's hollow. Now you can obviously do it however the fuck you want. You could put like they have like those EVA foam tubes. You could probably do that because it's about that thickness. You could just stick that right in there and you'll have like a rounded bottom. But I don't really think these things have that much of a rounded bottom. That's funny. So I'm just gonna kind of flatten it out here. And even like this little like weird little gap piece, I think it was just so the missile would shoot out. So I don't give a fuck about hiding it. Those one robots from Buzz Lightyear. I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone custom one of those. The Cobra Kai. That's what I'm saying, dude. The possibilities are endless with this robot, and they make bigger versions. So if you want a big menacing one at like 12, it would be 12 feet tall in these world, or 12 inches tall. They make them in that size. So you could get bigger versions of this robot. I only got this one because it's 7 inches tall, and he basically can play with all your figures. Now, that brings me to my next thing with this figure. Frankie sent me, Ayo Frankie, shout out. He sent me a picture on Instagram of how he was modifying Omega Red. And he was using those like metal electrical things that kind of, and I think he was using the wrong size. I don't know what size he got, but if anybody has a Dollar Tree in their area and these still are at your Dollar Tree, please let me know and I will send you a few bucks to get them. But they were book lamps, okay? That had a clip on one. It was a white clip on one end and a small LED light on another. And it was connected to this. Okay? One of these like, well, I don't know how to what to call it, but one of these, you know, metal fucking tube wire things that shape, right? The fucking thickness is perfect for Omega Red. So if you take this edge, it matches up perfectly to his wrist thing. So if you stick like a stick inside the hole here, and you can get the stick on this end, you could conceivably slide a legit metal cable on Omega Red and have him shooting out these big metal, this metal one that can wrap around fucking Wolverine and shit like that. I don't know if they make them any longer, but this is the size you want for Omega Red. Okay? It fits perfectly. It lines up perfectly. I mean, I wish I could do it without my finger here in the shot. I'm going to try to hold it as best I can. But if you look right there, it almost matches up fucking perfectly. It's the perfect thickness. So it means perfect. And you could, like I said, you could really look at me. Look at that. So I'm going to figure out a way to mount it on him. That's going to be a fresh debate. But this, if you look at this little hole here, this motherfucker just goes right in. So if you have these, now he could be like a Sentinel. You could put these with your Sentinels. These could be smaller versions of the Sentinel going psh, 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 and attacking the X-Men. Now, I'm going to drill a hole in this one, and this is going to be a cannon because he can't open the claw. Since the claw's open here, this kind of makes sense to me. This I'm going to turn into like maybe a flamethrower or just a gun, like an energy blast. So, like I said, Dollar Tree for this thing. It's a book lamp. It's in the lighting section. It's like I said, it has a white clip on one end and like a white little light on the other. And if you pull that light off, you can make that. And for dioramas, it could be like an over, like, you know, those lights that you see over a doorway at a factory. It looks kind of like that. You could use that for that. And then just take these wires and give it to Omega Red, give it to this guy, give it to the smaller Sentinel figures from the fucking, what was those? The video game. These will work for them. So just letting everybody know now. Okay. This is the one you want. It's from Dollar Tree. I don't know if they make them anymore. I know I can't find them by me. And it's heartbreaking because every time I went in there, I would buy 5, 6, sometimes even 10. Whatever was there, I would buy them and I would rip them apart and keep these things. Because I would use these for dioramas, for like electrical junction boxes, for like plumbing pipe that you're going to put around a diorama. It's fucking versatile, man. It's versatile as shit. And if you have the do-it-yourself straws, the connectors, these fit right in, no problem. So I would highly, highly recommend if you go to Dollar Tree and look. This was at Dollar General. So if you want a little remote drone for your GI Joes, for your Cobra, this was at Dollar General Soldier Force. This is the box. It says Commando Playset. This is literally the box it came in. Okay, I went to Dollar General right here by my house. I could not believe they had it. I saw this on Instagram. Somebody kind of showed it off on Instagram. If I knew his name, I would shout him out. I'm sorry, I don't. But he was like, go to your local Dollar Generals and look for these, because you could really spice up your little GI Joe collection with these remote drones. So that being said, I'm going to fill this with hot glue, and then I'm going to light my joint. So I got my hot glue gun here. I got it at low because I don't want to warp this plastic. I mean, I guess you could use spray foam, like the great stuff, and then just kind of cut the rest and shape it and, sand it down or whatever. But I'm just going to use this because, I mean, get the fuck, I don't have time for all that, because then you got to wait for the fucking foam to set. It's just a whole fucking thing. So I have 2 hot glue guns, and one doesn't have like low dual temp. It's just on and off, and it goes to high temp. But this is my dual temp gun. Thank God. I see 6'10" Yodo Daddy's in the house. I see Peter Molina's in the house. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate all you guys stepping in and hanging out with me. For real, for real. You should do-it-yourself straws. I'll look right here. I'll show the link. If you're making dioramas, these things are integral. Like, you need them. Because they're going to take your the diorama to the next level, because you're going to add all that piping and shit that's really going to match with them. I use these. They're $4.99. Let me just share it right now here. Hold on. These are the ones I always get. They're on Amazon. If you want, I'll share the link in the chat right now. I get these because you can buy a bunch at a clip because they're only $5, and they have the elbows, the T-joints that you need, and they give you a couple. All right, so there you go. So this is really what you want it for. Fuck the straws, but although the straws obviously slide into there if you want to make pipes and stuff. These, I use these for if I'm going to make like fire escape ladders on the rooftops. These are perfect for that. These guys. But these are really what you want. You want these 2 T-joints and these 4 elbows and this little coupling. So these are the ones you want. So if you guys want, fuck it. I'm going to, even if you didn't ask, I'm going to do it anyway. This is the link. You can buy a 6-pack for $15. You can buy 24 for $40. It's up to you. But it's for me, one of my favorite things to use when making dioramas is this. So I would highly, highly recommend it to anybody who wants to, anybody who's trying to make dioramas and shit. Why not put a powerful magnet on it so it can have it hanging when posing for photos? That's not a bad idea. Are you referring to this? Are you referring to the drone? Because that's not a bad idea. I do have mini magnets that I can pop into here if need be. So that's not a bad idea, Bobby Wald. What I am going to do, Bobby, is drill a hole in here so I could screw it on to that camera rig that I made for play motion, so that the camera will sit literally right behind it like this, and then I can kind of fuck around with it, and then like this little button here that's for the missile. I'm going to keep that there so I can hook a wire in here so that if I need to have it drop a missile and film, I could hook it from the top of a wire. So there's certain things I'm going to keep for filming purposes and camera rigging purposes. But a magnet could work if you're referring to this. Yeah, the ones I got were way too big. Yeah, no, you want these. These are the ones you want, Shane. These are the ones that when I was watching Al's Figures and all those other guys who make dioramas, these are the ones they were using. So these are the ones I always go. These are my tried and true when I do stuff. This is my workshop area today. So this is ready to go. I'm going to fill it with hot glue right here. And first, we're going to start in the ass. I'm going to plug the ass. That's right. You heard me. And just enough. It'll also give it a little bit of weight, is what you want, too. I want it to be a little Now I have my little trusty handy dandy fan right here. I'm gonna turn that up. I do have the air conditioner on today, and it's nice because my wife is at work, so no one's gonna turn it off on me. So I'm sure we're gonna be sharing links back and forth today to all the stuff that I use. But I would, like I said, if you're doing that, that's the one I would use. This Jawa has a treasure chest full of release for my lightsaber custom and for action figure customs and die. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. So I'm just kind of right now holding it in front of the fan just so the glue dries. Enjoy your cold air while you can. Oh, don't you dare, lady. Don't you dare. You better enjoy the warm, hot air while you can, because when you come home, it's going to be an icebox in here. That's right. Hey, Nicotrons is in the house. What's up, bud? That was Justin Booth on Sunday. Justin Booth gifted 5 memberships because he's the man. And you were one of the lucky recipients, Nico. So welcome back to the madness, brother. Oh, yeah, welcome back. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you. And right now we are just customizing this little remote drone. I'll show you in a second. I'm just letting the glue dry here before I add another batch of hot glue. Yeah, Justin Booth. He's a gentleman and a scholar, isn't he? The son of a bitch. But I appreciate it. It's good to have you back, Nico. We missed you. We definitely missed you in madness, brother. Speaking of which, LSWA will be returning very shortly, within the next week or two. So yeah, it's not this Sunday, definitely next Sunday. It will return to LSWA's YouTube channel, so keep an eye out for it. If you're not following LSWA, please head on over there and subscribe to the channel, because that's where it's going to be going forward. And like I said, we're going to paint this drone. They don't make these anymore, and man, am I heartbroken. I don't know, was it 2-3? I'm sorry, my mic just disconnected. 2 or 3 years ago, all the craft stores got heavily into cosplay, and they started buying foam, heat guns, and they got paint that you could paint on the EVA foam, but it adheres to almost any fucking surface. And it was Plaid FX flexible acrylic paint. They don't have it anymore. You used to get it at Hobby Lobby, and it's gone. And they had Michaels had their own version. And once the cosplay scene dried up because of the pandemic, they kicked all that shit to the bucket. They were fucking done with cosplay and all the bullshit that they had to sell for cosplay. So now they only sell the EVA foam again. But I still have this bottle of paint, man, and this, you get a great fucking a great finish with this paint. I love that paint, and I'm really sad they don't make it no more. I got to look online, see if they still have it online. But it was one of my favorite. Whenever I went to Hobby Lobby, I went to that section and just grabbed whatever colors I want. They had so many cool different colors too, because it was for cosplay, for armors, and all kinds of shit. It was such a great. There's a massive dollhouse store near me. Thinking about going and grabbing some stuff. You should definitely do that, Hendo. That's why I go to Hobby Lobby and I'm eyeing. They have a cabin on the shelf. They don't have the cabin. You can't, they used to have it, and I want that cabin. I want that wooden cabin. And if I can find, I might get it on their website because it's only $100. But I did see High School Creations make his, but I don't have a bandsaw. If I had a bandsaw to cut dowel sticks in half, there wouldn't be an issue, but I don't have that access. So, and that was another thing too, in the cosplay section, they used to have halved dowel foam rods. So they had foam dowels that were cut in half. So you could have conceivably made it out of EVA foam, but they don't have those anymore. They got rid of those. So it's like, what the fuck, dude? All right, so let me just make sure. All right, so anybody who's just joining us, this is the drone. You get it from Dollar General. It's a remote drone. It will go probably with any one of your figures. You want it to be for Punisher. You want it to be for Iron Man. You want it to be for G.I. Joe, Cobra. You want it to be for Valaverse. It will scale correctly with your figures. This is, for me, it's going to be Firefly a Firefly drone, or like something that the GI Joe sent in to just kind of like a patrol ship. Do you know what colors you will paint the Cyclops? Yes, I have 10 of these. 5 of these are going to stay like this. I'm just going to beat it up. I'm going to like kind of add more rub and buff to it just to look like it's a little lived in and a little beat up. I'm going to put like some grime on the boots, and I'm going to drill a hole in the cannon. I'm going to add some what is that? What is it called? Like the burn when you fire the gun and shit like that. So it's going to have that. And I'm going to paint this part, like the gray parts, this gunmetal silver, so it stands out. But I'm going to keep it red. I'm going to keep 5 of them red, and I'm going to paint a black Hordak logo on them. And I'm going to put 5 of them with my Hordak trooper that I got as a gift from my lovely wife, so that he will lead this army of troops for Hordak. I have a fucking Ziploc bag full of these things. I just have to find them so that each one of them will have this thing. Because I love that. That looks fucking awesome. Okay, like I said, Dollar Tree for these wires. Unless you could find that size. I know a lot of people go on Amazon, they buy like the weird USB lights and they break it and just use that. That's too thick. You got to get this size. This is perfect for the 112 action figures. Even, like I showed it before, even for Omega Red. So if you have Dollar Trees in your area, that's where I found mine, or a dollar store in general. Just go check it. There won't be a Dollar General, I don't think. Although I didn't look, so I might check Dollar General to see, just to make sure. We'll see. I usually mix my paints and add Mod Podge for a good result when I was doing tabletops terrain. That's a brilliant idea. Sometimes I mix it with Mod Podge as well, but a lot of times I just seal it with acrylic spray or a brush. You know, should paint it matte black would make it go with scrap iron. Oh well, I plan on getting more of these. This was the only one that was there. It was $6, so between $6 and $8. I'm not sure. That's why, but this was the only one there. If there was more there, I would have gotten more. And then painted them whatever like color. The reason I'm doing this this gray, because it'll match Firefly. It could match scrap iron, you know, because it's just a stealth drone that's going to fly at night to fuck with people, you know. So I don't want to just paint it black because that's boring, you know. And once it's all black, that's it. Like, there's really no. Then you maybe add a couple Cobra stickers or Cobra water slide decals, and that's the end of it. But you know, like, you know, I want to add a little bit of panache to it, a little zazz. So I'm going to gunmetal it, then give it a black wash so the lines stand out, you know, just so it looks good. So it'll have like a darkened silver look to it. It will look stealthy. So it can still play with scrap iron if you wanted it to. But I would go with a dark blue for scrap iron, because doesn't he wear blue, or is he wearing black on that action figure? I thought he was wearing blue. I'm not sure. Gunpowder burns. Exactly, bro. So now this glue is pretty much set, and I got to do another bit of it. Like I said, let me shout out Mikey too. Mikey inspired me to bring this back, because he told me that this inspired him for his Wednesday show. I used to do this every day. Last year, every day during the day at some point I would go live. Just Fresh to Big Props was working on something. I was like, you know what? Why the fuck aren't, just go live. Just show people, you're going to set a camera up anyway, so just do it live. And then when you make the official Fresh to Big Props episode for it, I can refer back to this and just kind of clip things out and take it and just put it in post, in editing. And I just, Mikey said that inspired his Wednesday show. And I was just thinking about it the last couple of weeks, and I just was talking to my wife, and I was like, you know what? I missed working live. I missed working. I missed that. That was fun. Because just during the day, I can get done before everybody's done with work, before anybody else goes live and shit like that. And I can get work done. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Speaking of stunt, this too. And because now that I'm the next touch grass challenge technically ain't touch grass because you don't have to go outside. If you want to take your figures outside, you can. I didn't give away anything last on Sunday because there wasn't that many of us who submitted, but the ones who did a fantastic job. So thank you very much to everybody who did submit. But I wanted to entice more people to submit. I want people to feel like, well, I can use that diorama piece, or I could use that thing that he's making. And originally I was going to make some cool like death throne, but then I thought, you know what? Let's give him just a dilapidated building, because you can that can have like a horror theme to it, you know. So that is going to be the prize. I don't know if I'm going to cut a window on the side. I might not. I might just go to Home Depot later today when my wife comes home and get another piece of EVA XPS foam, so I can do just the actual size it's supposed to be instead of doing that really thick piece. And I can just use that for something else. There's a neat trick using table salt and hairspray to do great ballistic damage marks on vehicles. Oh shit, is there like a video for that, Hendo? I would love to see that. I would love to see that. And thank you, Mikey. I very much appreciate you, brother. Scrap Iron is wearing his traditional red and blue, but his launcher is black. Thank you so much, Yojo Daddy. The drone will probably go good with Marvel Legends. Hawkeye recreate that scene from Born Legacy where he shoots down the drone. Hell yeah, dude. See? I love it, Bobby. I love that the mind is working already. You know, when I saw, like I said, I wish I could give the person credit on Instagram who came up with this. I really do. Who found this thing in Dollar General and was like, you guys should buy it. But when I saw it on Instagram, I immediately was like, yeah, I need to buy that, because I can use that for any fucking play motion or stop motion that I'm going to be filming. Most of them are all military based or like espionage or, you know, suspense. And somebody came with a drone, didn't they? The first Firefly or the second Firefly? Which one? And I always thought that was cool. But these are what they look like, don't they? And adding hot glue definitely gives it weight. So just always take that into consideration. That's what I did, because I want it a little hefty. There's little pieces that we can showcase in our photos would be great prizes. That's what I'm thinking. It's a photography contest, and I know none of us are professional photographers, and you know, none of us claim to be. But if I can give you something that will then add to the next, now, like I said, Menjosa, you're getting your thing. It's coming. Like I have it sitting in the box. It's ready to be shipped. I promise you. And I know you're very patient, so I greatly appreciate it. I might throw something a little extra in there because of your patience. But I just felt like I want to give people something that they're going to be like, this was cool. This now helped me in the next photography challenge, or this will help me in the next, whenever I'm outside shooting stuff. Like that's really what I think. You know, if I had like, this is obviously me speaking out into the ether, but if I had the ability to get a sponsorship from like lighting places, I would just give that shit away. You know, if they give you free shit, I would just like, here, now this can help you in the next one with lighting and whatever, what have you. Which, by the way, if you're listening, newer lighting company. All right, so I keep telling I'm going to light this thing and I haven't, but let me just, now I'm going to fill the wings in too, or at least try to. There's not much there, but I'm going to still try. Because I just don't want to see that little mess. And again, I'm just using hot glue because it tends to self-level. As long as you hold it where you need to. You know, you're not leaning it over. It'll kind of just level out itself, see? Which is what it's doing right now. You can see. But I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, 15 people. I appreciate you. I hooked up my lighter here so I can't lose it. It's on a string. Thank you, Felix, for leaving this here. You know, this is meant so you don't lose your lighter, and he lost it. I'll turn that off. But yes, I have plans for this guy because I want to get into the back into He-Man stop motion. So that's why I want to start painting these, because I'm probably going to need them at some point. We all love Skeletor, but for some reason I have an affinity for Hordak. I think he just looks cooler. the fact that he taught Skeletor everything. He was like his mentor. So I really want to do a story involving Hordak more so than Skeletor. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Skeletor, but just something about Hordak. He's just a bad man. I love the way he looks too. Thank you, Hendo. I appreciate it. Now, this this guy, he came with like a cell phone. I think I knocked it off the fucking table because that's just what I do here. I did. All right. Okay, so he came with a little cell phone, a couple guns, the Soldier Force dude. But I think the cell phone will work. Cell phone is pretty good. You'll probably put that in someone's hand. Let me just cut this thing off. Where the fuck did I put all that stuff? Yeah, I cut that off. This will be probably like what I like is that remote control thing that came with Firefly will now go to this. You know, so that to me that's what will control this. That little fire that not Firefly. What was his name? You just brought him up. Scrap Iron. That'll control this. Hey, Giraffe's in the house. What's up, bud? It's good to see you, man. Yeah, now, like I said, look how cool that part is. That just slid right in. Not glued in. It's just, like I said, Dollar Tree. Dollar store. Go look for these book lamps. This little wire is worth the $1. It is worth the $1.25, whatever the fuck it is now, Dollar Tree. Because this is fucking versatile. You can use it for dioramas. You can use it for action figures. I have 2 of these, and the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse. This is what I have on under his arms. Because what was the stupid Build-A-Figure that he came? The one figure came with the stupid cables that go under his arms. I thought that was so dumb. So I went and bought 2 of these. That's how I started. I bought 2 of these at Dollar Tree, and then these are now my like they're under Apocalypse's arms, and they look so much more badass because it looks so much more realistic. So I guess I could not recommend this enough. And like I said, the thing right here under Omega Red's wrist, this matches up perfectly to it. So if you get a stick and like a toothpick, like a thin dowel stick, and you stick it in the little hole, the little peg, and then you peg this onto there, this looks like it belongs there, and now he's got actual metal fucking cables coming out of his arm. Highly recommend. Get the smallest version of this. I don't know if you can get this in a spool in this size, but if we can, please share, because I would buy this. This is worth it. Take it easy, Justin. It's always good talking to you, brother. Have a good day at work. Have a safe day at work. I appreciate you guys, like for real. So there's just something about this drone, dude, with that fucking cable coming out of his clawed hand, that I think is pretty badass. I just said it. We just said badass. Now the Soldier Force thing. This is this little thing the guns came in. Okay, if you clip all this shit out of it, this is usually what I do with Soldier Force stuff. They always come with these little weapon things, and they always have cool designs on them. Okay, if you're making a diorama and you need a military style window or military style computer screen, you see where I'm going? You cut it out. You cut all the little nubs out that was holding the guns. If you want to keep the nubs and make them buttons on a keyboard, you can do that too. Sometimes I've done that. If I'm like I don't have access to a good keyboard, but if you have like a Gridiron Studios or some shit, I would recommend. So I'm gonna take a Dremel to it and sand it out. But now look at that. That looks like a monitor, a computer monitor, or just a window on like a military style ship or some shit. So like I said, there's a lot of, you just recycle shit. And you'd be surprised what you could get out of it. Now, like I said, I know I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm sure there's like 7 people in here right now. Well, yeah, we get it, Dick. We know. But I appreciate you just entertaining me. My madness, you know. But yeah. Thank you, Mikey. That's a brilliant idea, and I think I might just do that. Yeah. I think I might just do that. Also, they have very thin birthday candles that make great 112 candles when cut to size for a target. Ooh, Mendoza, can you where can you find those? Please let me know. I love practical fucking effects, dude. You know that. Suspend some do that inside of that, like cyber line thought. Yeah. Like I said, when you buy these little Soldier Force toys, keep this stuff because you'd be surprised what you could use with it, or what you can do with it. Even the guns, they kind of fit. Like the handgun kind of fits in their hands. It's a little small, but if you're gonna keep the guns and you want to just put them on like a gun rack on the wall behind somebody for like depth of field, they're good little pieces to have. I don't really keep anything else. Like I wouldn't really like the mech was cool. This is awesome. I saw a tank there. If you have 1/18 scale, that the tank there is awesome. I would have bought that immediately if I was collecting 1/18. If it was a little bit bigger, I would have bought it. Don't trust me, but I know. This Friday, one of the Etsy guys, High School Creations, is on Talking Figures. And I had told him on Talking Figures, I said, man, if I could tell you how many hours I've spent sitting on your Etsy, just looking at all the kind of like the water tower and the fire escape and all this shit that I wanted, it was hours. I spent hours just staring at the stuff, just kind of getting ideas. Like, where can I put this? What can I shoot on it? What would be cool to film with it? You know, there's always, and it always starts the creativity. Creativity starts just rolling once you start just start to scroll. And he's not the other one. You got Suka, Toxic Toy Depot, right? That's his name. And then of course you got all the weapon dudes, you know. And so it's like by the time you get like Lone Wolf Labs, I think is on that. He's one of the guys. Lone Wolf is. I always go to his table when I go to toy shows in this area because he's from this area. You know, so like at Legion's Con, I plan on going to at least one day, every Saturday. At Legion's Con, I plan on going right to him. He's the first table I'm going to go to. The second table I'm going to go to is the dude with the cool torches. Those are the two tables I always go to. Grab what I need first, then I make my action figure run. It's a diorama run first. Every time I go to toy shows now, it's a diorama run. What can I take from a good creator that I can showcase and what could be used more than just one line? You know, like torches, when you see torches and all that stuff for that one, you could tell, all right, this is medieval, Mythic Legions, He-Man. This is very specific, maybe like Cobra Dungeons and things like that. But when you go to Lone Wolf Labs, he has computers, he has this, he has that, he has full scale dioramas for cheap that you can buy. You know, and so I'm always looking to see what can I cross over, how can I use this multiple ways than just a G.I. Joe thing or just a Mythic Legions. So I always make my diorama lap first, buy my diorama pieces, then I make my action figure lap. It's true, dude. Do diorama guys go to Joe Fest? I would assume. I know they said Plastic Fantastic was there handing out like 3D printed fencing to people. You know, like, yeah, they're probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I would assume. I mean, other people were at. Yes, there you go. Other people were there. I wasn't there this year, so I couldn't tell you, Jetman. But I would assume. I would assume they are there because they're at Mythic Legions. Lone Wolf was at New Jersey Toy Con this past weekend. I didn't go because we had plans. 199%. Yes. Okay. So he's okay. There were a few. Okay. So there you go. So Jetman confirmed they are there. I'm sorry we're sitting here waiting for this glue to dry. But once we get into that, you're going to watch paint dry. So it's either one or the other. So it's up to you. But at least I'm not just sitting here quiet, just staring at you like this while it dries. Yeah. Oh, yes. Endo, he's another one. Yeah, he's another one. He might be the one with the torches. Is he the one with the torches? Endo, did you see those there? I really wanted to go to New Jersey Toy. We had a party, and then Sunday I was busy getting shit ready for the pre-roll, and we did some other stuff on Sunday. I forgot what else we did. It seems you can minimize fire and water, but try to learn how to fool the eye. Yeah. Well, for water, I usually use plastic wrap under a blue, like on top of a blue piece of paper. If you're going to shoot it inside, I would rather just get a giant tank and shoot on actual water. But I'm a pain in the ass, and a lot of times it doesn't look right because, one, it's messy. Water gets everywhere. And two, it's really like you have to have the right tub. I have a kiddie pool outside that I might just keep and use for stuff like that. But I think real water is the ticket. I took a power nap. It was awesome. That's good. Buddy, please use a crystal ball is going to be one of the ones in my thing. So please do not have to apologize. Viking boots and Halo ghost looking vehicle. I think he has torches too. Okay, yeah, I thought he did. I bought some cool armory pieces from Vasco at Joe Fest. Okay. Yeah, some Vasco Toys is very good too. Yeah, Vasco. I talked to Vasco last year on Talking Figures. That kid is always working. He has some great stuff too. Yeah. They all do. Duarte Studios makes amazing work. I bet you we all know this. It's nothing new. You know? I'm going to be talking to, next week, I'm going to be talking to Drip Mode. I don't know if anybody follows him on YouTube. He makes fantastic dioramas. He's another one, man. He really works. I'm going to eventually talk to Spricken. He's another great diorama maker who sells stuff online on Etsy and shit like that. You can talk to him as well. Oh, wow. Really? If anybody needs trouble bubbles and fucking Cobra, what are those Cobra-like soldiers? Let's say G.I. Joe Classified, right? Let's see. Let's see if I see them. I see they never like on YouTube. Like when I on Amazon, I type them in, they never fucking come up. It's so annoying. Like everything else, but the ones on sale. Yeah, the Valkyries. Okay, let me see. I'll just type that in. Go over it. Valkyries. On my end, I'm still seeing 54. So over here by me, they're not on sale. Unless the sale ended. I don't know. But yeah, over here, they're $54. Yeah, I see everybody's really upset that they're getting hit with that, with all those pre-orders now for fucking Monster Force. Like I said, I had a choice to make. It was either the General or that Delta Red figure, and that General is just too good to pass up, man. I cannot. I just can't do it. I need that dude. I just so many ideas when I saw that guy. So many fucking ideas when I saw that guy. That I can't let that pre-order go. And the other one I have is the monkey that's dressed in the white suit. He looks like Wolverine, like Patch. Is that 2-pack still available? Could you believe that's one of the only Wolverines I don't have? Is Patch in the suit. I don't really care for the Hulk, but if I get him, I get him. But I might have to buy that 2-pack because I really, really need that Wolverine patch. I was walking outside today before I did this, and I had this funny thing in my head of doing like a James Bond play motion with that Wolverine. Okay. Yeah. Yes, that's what it was. I had the Delta Red exclusive too, Menjoza, and I just was like, I can't do it, man. I need the General. The General is more important to me. That down the line will be used so many more times in terms of photography and play motion than that Delta Red. I already have 2 Delta Reds, so I don't really need a third. It was really just to get that Van Helsing head. That was the only reason I wanted it, and just so I could I keep him on that body so he could be the leader of the team. But then I'm just like, you know what? He didn't sell out, which is good. So if you get the money later on, and you think, yeah, you know what? I think that now we can pull the trigger on it, then do it. So I needed him. Would fit in classified for general shop for the cars. Exactly. That's the reason I got him. You could switch it out. You have 3 different versions of a general. Now, if I had a disposable income, I would have gotten 3 of those generals. So then you have 3 different generals at all times. But I'm good with a little camera magic. You know, you switch the heads out if you need to, you know. Yeah, the Valkyries are back to full price. The Trouble Bubble and Retro Cobra. Yeah, the Retro Cobra Trooper was $18. I did see that for $18. Yeah, but nothing else is on sale, unfortunately. Yeah, nothing else is on sale. Everyone acting like they don't know. BBTS literally listed it as a Q3 release, and today is the last day of it. But you want to talk about 0 hour. Now, I don't complain, Mikey. I just wait. When I get the email that says processing, I go to my pre-orders and I say, now or never. Are you going to get it, or are you just going to cancel it and wait? Regardless, it's 0 hour. They're going to take the money out in a couple of days. So which one do you want? And I just advised I don't really need that Delta, dude. And I'd rather have the general. I get the wallet shop, but I act like it was. Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true. But I mean, a lot of these people are like, oh, I can't believe I just got hit with all of these things. And I was just like, I always look at those guys as the barometer to go, you better go check your pre-orders. Go check to see which ones they're going to send to you. And I'm happy to see the generals finally coming. He was the one that I was waiting for. There was that meme, like this, the guy behind the fucking, that was the one. When I saw him, the creativity just shot through the roof. And I was just like, well, you could use that guy for every single thing. Like every single thing. And the fact that it has swappable heads. So in your DC universe, you could have that Carl Weathers looking general be the general there. Over here, you could have the Sam Elliott looking dude in Marvel. And over there, you could put the old school G.I. Joe looking dude for G.I. Joe. Like it was just so many. Like when I saw the fucking thing, I was like, you cannot not pre-order that general. You know, I have a Chadsworth pre-order right now in BBTS. He's on my list to pre. I haven't done it yet. Because I don't know if I want the cryptid one, the big Sasquatch dude, but I do like that Chadsworth figure. Pretty awesome. So now, already added mad weight. As you can see, the hot glue is pretty much setting up. And it looks pretty good. Kind of filled it out. Gave me a little nub here on the front, which is funny. But it literally filled it up perfectly. See? So now when we paint that bish. All right, so now I just got to do the wings. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while we do this. We can do this step by step. And so once I glue the wings, then we're going. Oh, hold on, I might do this now. Let me see if I can cut the missiles off, because I might have to heat them up and then cut the missiles off, and I don't want to put hot glue and then heat it up, and then the hot glue is just gonna melt. So let me just see. Because there was one toy that the fucking thing cut right off because the plastic wasn't that. I think it was Soldier Force, because I think this is going right through. It is going through, yeah, okay. Get sure. There it goes. So we just cut the front part of the missile off, which is right here. Right, and then we are going to make our own versions of the missiles out of some styrene plastic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a notch on this part of the wing so that we can clip it in. Okay, so here's the back now. So there's the front and here's the back of the missile. And we'll just put it onto a piece of styrene plastic to finish it. And as you can see, motherfuck, it already has the clip ready to go. So I'm going to try to just clip it right onto that. And it'll hold the missile instead of being mounted onto the missile. Instead of the missile being mounted onto the thing. So let's get the second one off, and then we will fill the wings. Got to work the knife across the plastic. Just know that it's not going to cut real easy, which is good. It means it's good plastic. It's not cheap shit. I mean, it is a cheap shit, but it's not like... I mean, there was one thing I was sitting here thinking, like, can I even cut it? And I literally ran the knife right through it, like a hot knife through butter, and I didn't do that. I forgot what toy that was. It was recently I said that. And I said, this thing cut right through it. And I don't remember what it was. It shocked me how easy it was to cut that thing. Oh, it was the WWE truck. The front grill. I thought I had to heat it up and shit. No. I just took this knife and it literally right through it, cut right out. And I was like, oh, that's nice to know. That shit. And that was Mattel. This is Soldier Force from Dollar General. Okay, there you go. Cut the missiles off. So now we have our little clip system already ready to go. I thought I was going to have to drill a hole. I'm not. So now we come over here. And we're going to take probably this one. I don't think, I mean, if we have to go smaller, we'll go smaller. I'll grab this one. So these are just basically little styrene PVC pipes. This is too big. Oh no, it's actually perfect size. So now this one is perfect size, but I think this one, the thin one, might actually need a touch. Look at that. It clamps on. I just have to modify the front wing a little bit, the front part, just so it can clamp on all the way. I just gotta cut away at some of it, just so it can slide all the way in. But this one might be the winner. It's a little smaller, but maybe the warhead, right? The warheads are a little bigger on missiles, maybe, right? Yeah. I mean, that one is the winner. This one is like the right size and everything. Oh no, it's a little bit bigger. So we'll go with this one. I'd rather go with the small one. All right. So yeah, so we're gonna make missiles real quick. Hold on a sec. Oh, my mother's asking if we were outside at 2 a.m. and yes, we were. My lovely wife woke me almost out of a dead sleep to tell me that the cat had gotten a hold of a mouse. So she was able to save the mouse. My wife is like Dr. Quinn medicine woman when it comes to animals. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah, so that's funny. Let me see. Let me catch up on chat here. I'm sorry, I was just kind of cutting this thing up. The general figure is one of the best examples of versatility in any 6-inch line with 4 heads included. He easily blends into everyone's collection. I couldn't agree more. Sorry if you already covered this, but I know you like the swords and sorcery stuff. I absolutely do. Were you going on Mondo's? Oh, dude, I talked about this on the Wake and Bake on the members only last week. I might, and it might happen on this show on Tuesdays, I might try to make my own version using a Masterverse figure. Giraffe. I did want it. I do. I would love that figure. And at some point I might get it. Because it's, $95 without the stupid stand. I just felt like it's a little overpriced. I think it should have been $80. I think that would have been more reasonably priced. Because the Claw dude, which is like almost double his size, is only $10 more. And I feel like, well, why? I thought he was going to be like $200. So why is the Ghostbuster 2-pack that much money? I thought these things, first of all, I thought these figures were going to be at least $150 because of how Mondo prices. I love the detail. I love the stuff it comes with. I'm just not a big fan of the price, especially considering you can get a He-Man figure like on clearance at Big Bad Toys and customize your own version. Because the only thing that's really, at least to me, different, apart from it being like a Storm Collectibles looking buck, is the fur loincloth and the fur on the boots, which I'm going to do to a Masterverse figure. So if I can kind of make my own, I'm probably not going to. But you know, it's enticing. They are enticing. I do like the way they look. They did a great job with them. But, you know, those two, the first, why Clawful? Why not Skeletor? That just kind of confused me. But the He-Man, they looked great. He did. Oh, okay. And then Joseph is not. That's very true. Sometimes they make you wait a very long time. But I'm one of those guys. If you wait, you wait. I don't really care. You know, I'm willing to wait and then decide then. But as long as I have my pre-order ready, so when they send me that email, I know that I was on that list to get it. And I'm like, all right, now it's my decision whether or not it's going to go through or not. You know, sometimes they slip through the cracks. I completely forget about the pre-order email, and it just, and I don't even realize it. But I always pre-order just to make sure that if I have the money, or if I have the funds, if I need it in the moment when it's processing, I will let it either go through or make the decision. So don't ever get me, if you're going to pre-order, you know you want it. So like when they start dropping, don't go, oh, fuck, it hit. You knew what you were doing when you would then down the list and pre-ordered it, and it all said third quarter or fourth quarter or whatever it was. Like you knew. Like every time I pre-order a G.I. Joe Classified, it says October. They're pretty accurate. Sometimes early, but they're pretty accurate. The only one that wasn't accurate was what's his face? Dial tone took forever. I'll be in and out going on watch TikTok. Okay, baby girl. Hey, Macanita's in the house. What's up, bud? It's good to see you, man. Kaiju Kitty's in the house. What's up, bro? It's good to see you. Yeah, I know. She is an absolute degenerate. Yeah, price of the size issue. Yeah, no, that's the thing, dude. I don't like that he's 7. I don't like that he's so tall. I wish he was a 6.5-inch figure, so he would scale better with my other toys. I'm not a big fan of the 7-inch scale of the 110. I'm not really like Masterverse to me. But I'll accept it with He-Man because to me, I can believe that if you go from a regular size man, which was about 6'2", 6'3", and you became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, it's conceivable to me that he would grow to about a foot taller. So I could understand that. But, you know, I would prefer a smaller, so I could stand him next to like Captain America. I think that would be cool. Or Batman and Superman. And not McFarlane. Fuck all the way off. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. And here's the thing. Last year, and maybe I'll show it on this. Last year, I took a McFarlane, what was that snow Batman? I forgot the Frozen Empire Batman. And I put Masterverse legs on him. And it's a better fucking action figure. It's already a better action figure. I think I even gave him a cloth cape too. Yeah, it's just no. I can't justify it, man. And I have Clawful on Masterverse, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it not being insanely detailed for an affordable price that I can, you know. That's what I'm with that, man. I mean, like I said, I don't begrudge anybody who wants to get those, who thinks they're awesome, is going to buy them. Hell yeah, man, go for it. But you know, and who's to say, like, if I don't see it at a toy show out of package, just in like a Ziploc bag for fucking $80, $85, I'd immediately wouldn't even blink. As long as it has all the accessories and shit, I'm good. But I just think it was a little overpriced. I don't know how much. I don't know how long they're going to be doing a 6-inch line, because I don't know how many. I mean, I'm sure people are going to buy it. I'm sure about that. You know. All right. So now, if any access gets on the thing here, we will just cut away with an X-Acto knife. If you're wondering, if you even care anymore. But yeah. Prime Day and Black Friday coming, hopefully. Yes, that's a very good point, Menyosa. It's very true. Yep, I can't pay for that. Even no, yeah, dude. I'm telling you this. Just tune into this when I do it to a Masterverse figure. And as soon as you see me do it to a Masterverse figure, you're like, Jesus Christ, I can do that. You know, and it'll literally do the same thing. In fact, the Masterverse figure probably would articulate better because it has thigh swivel. That one I didn't see thigh swivel. So the Masterverse figures might articulate better, you know? And if you don't go crazy on the paint job, you can play with that figure easily and not worry about paint rub or anything like that. And I don't think you're really going to need paint rub. I think all you really need is that fucking that He-Man that's always on sale, the barbarian one with the helmet head, and just go find a 3D printed version of that 2000s head for Masterverse. So that would probably be the most expensive part. And if there was one guy, he doesn't, I don't think he does it anymore, but he was the Hordak Effects. I don't really see him much anymore. He would sell heads for like $6, $7, maybe $20 if it was a really, really detailed head. And if you buy that Masterverse He-Man for like $12, that's already half than what you're paying. And then at least then you made it, and there's like a pride there where it's like, yeah, I made this fucking figure. Yeah, I spent $40, but I made him, and he's still a fucking third of the fucking price of that He-Man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I'm hoping that Masterverse makes those 2000s. I know they're making them in Origins. I want them to make them in Masterverse. They made every other He-Man. Like, why not make that one? Like, I would love that. I would love concept ones too. Like, I like the new Eternia. I like the idea of it. Like, where it's an updated version on the classics. Like, I would love that 2000 Skeletor. I would love there was a Skeletor that I always see like this artwork for that I wish they would make like a version of. Like you even take like the Mondo version and you make that a Masterverse. That'd be sick. And can we just take a quick second to acknowledge the fact that Blockies is putting in wired capes into their action figures? I was watching the Blockies Instagram last night before I went to bed, and I was just seeing the action figures now that they're making, and I'm like, if I see these things at stores, I'm gonna be buying them. Like the Superman one, I saw that one I really liked, and I'm gonna definitely get Wolverine and Deadpool. Like, I thought those were really cool, and they pretty tall. I didn't think they were gonna be that tall, but they're pretty good. The Trapjaw is sick, yeah. Well, Mondo makes a good looking figure in terms of detail. It's just the price is fucking insane. That's my only issue with it. But don't they were in the 1/6 game, right? That's where they were. So, but like, here's the thing with Blockies that's blowing my mind, that like no one's really is acknowledging. Like, they're making stuff like that. They're setting the bar, man. You better like start taking notes. Like Marvel Legends and shit. We need the wired capes. That needs to start, happening here. That's a really idea, using a Masterverse with a custom head. I see the Masters of the Universe. Vicron is 30%. Now you're talking, dude. I would do that. That's brilliant. And if he's cheap, I want to get a couple of him anyway, because I only got one of him, and he has all those armors that I would love to display. So now, I guess we're going to make the missile as long as I want. What I'm going to do first is try to clean this up a bit. I don't think I have sandpaper in here. I used to. I had so much shit in here. And now it's all gone. Yeah. Motherfucker. Yeah, I used to have sandpaper. I have it out in the garage, and I'm not going to fucking garage side, so it's pretty straight already. And I'm just trying to straighten up the cut a little bit so that I can glue this dowel stick flat to it. So like this. There you go. Right on. See, when you know it would be real good. Wait a tick. Wait a second. I got an idea. I got me an idea. This idea just came to me. Give me a second. I got a bunch of these dowel sticks and shit like that. That's the smaller one. Now you're gonna fit inside here, right? This is the same size. So it has to be these. All right, so I got these real skinny, these real tiny fucking, and the missile has like a little channel that if we glue this in, I can conceivably do this. The kid still got it, doesn't he? The kid still got it. All right, so I had to throw out all of the long spouts on this glue, and it sucks because it's very, very liquidy. So I'm not going to try to squeeze it at all. I'm just going to let it kind of just do that. Just dip out. And then we're going to stick this fucker in and hope that it holds. Let's hope that it holds. I lost my holds. Give me back my holds. Does anybody remember that? Anybody? Any wrestling fans? Give me back. He took my holds. Chris Jericho. As the Lionheart, man of 1,004 holds. He took my holds. We'll just stick it in and turn it. There you go. Oh, Tony, you son of a bitch. You figured stuff out. Keep talking, Carl. They might haul you off. That's Ham Banana. Hey, Action Figure Action now. What's up, bud? It's good to see you, man. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me today. This is officially every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 11:30. Freshly Baked Props Live. See, now I got the little missile in. Look at that. So now we just take this fucker, right? Once I cut it down to size. Come on, you fuck. Making me look bad on camera. Go into your home. And then you go. And you just glue it in. Ah, you are so good. Took his holds. They got the first list of the. Yeah, they got my holds. You took my holds. I really like that Balaverse Pandora fig for my Dreadnoughts. That's not a yeah. Oh yeah, I have both of her. I have the black leather one and the white leather one, courtesy of Woody Triple Deuce. I think it's hanging on the wall here. I'm sorry, the black leather one is hanging on the wall. Yeah, Woody gave me that one. But yeah, she definitely worked. Definitely worked with the Dreadnoughts. All right, so let's cut this fucker down to size, shall we? So we figure it'll stick out a little bit like that, right? We'll say. You want a little bit out of the ass, right? All right, so let me see. You go there like that, and then we'll snip the tip. We'll snip the tip. And then we glue that fucker on there, and now we got ourselves a missile. All right, so let's slide this fucker on. We slide that fucker on, and then we cut. I could see it right through the fucking thing. You snip the tip. Okay. Bend it back to a circle. Doesn't matter if it cracks because I don't give a shit. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of place the... Just let this crazy glue kind of just run down the shaft. Oh my god. We're like children. Oh my god. It's already looking good. See? Little missile now. Coming at you. And then, ah, shit. I fucked up. But it's okay. It's a quick fix. You gotta cut the tube shorter so that the inside can go into the back of the missile. So, all right. So you just gotta break it off now. They already cut the line around it. right, get out then, you fuck. There you go. Boom. All right, so now we got a little sticking out. And now we take the back here and we put the back on. You sly fuck you. They said it couldn't be done, Tone. They said you were just impossible. You were a mad scientist, but you proved them all wrong, didn't you? You proved them all wrong. What was that movie with the Farrelly brothers with Greg Kinnear and Matt Damon? Stuck on You. Remember that movie? The movie was great. Like he's like breaking up with his girlfriend or some shit, and Greg Kinnear is listening to an audio book. That Robert Evans, he really showed him, didn't he? Did anybody ever watch Robert Evans' cartoon on Comedy Central, Kid Notorious? Fucking A, did I used to love that cartoon. He used to have the cat Puss Puss. He's like, don't worry, Puss Puss, we'll be all right. I used to love that fucking show. Kid Notorious was good. Jeff, what's in the house? Jeff Morse is in the house. What's up, dude? It's good to see you, man. Oh, it's good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, dude. We're just making a little missile, dude. I cut this missile off this drone, and I made a new missile, dude. Now I know it's kind of bent, but I'm letting the glue dry before I bend it back. You just kind of take the stick and just kind of bend it back. There you go. All right. So now we have one missile. We have to make a second one. I got this remote drone from Dollar General. It's made by Soldier Force. Anybody who's just joining us, and we are modifying it currently. So right now I've filled the bottom with hot glue. I'm filling in the wings next. We cut the missiles off. I'm making the missiles actual detachable, so we can hook them to here and they can just drop off. And then we're going to paint it. This is going to be much longer than I thought, so I might not get to the robot. So this might be another day, which is good. But right now we're having fun with this, right? If not, I am. So it doesn't matter. Okay. Let me just glue this in. Do the same thing as a second ago. But this time use my head and make sure. Now I'm doing both crazy glue and hot glue. You don't have to do this. I'm only doing that because the hot glue will dry and hold the thing in place. And I can just kind of wipe excess hot glue away. That's easier than dealing with crazy glue. So, boom. There you go. I appreciate everybody hanging out, man. Puts around his head on the back on my black jacket Pandora. Looks awesome. Oh shit. Oh, the cat says in the picture of that Rob Evans story, Rob Evans crazy mad genius. Yeah. It's just a wolf. It's just that's why you go back and forth. Yeah. One thing I love about Valor versus figures is the versatility of being able to swap the heads. The thing that drives me crazy about these G.I. Joe figures, like for instance, my Outback, the one with the red hair and the one with the gray hair, the pegs are different. You can't swap the heads out. So if I wanted to put the red head on the orange shirt, because I like that look better than just a white shirt, it won't work. The peg doesn't translate over, but it's the same figure. That's crazy to me. It's like, what the fuck? All right, so now we got this one in. Okay. All right, so let's Measure out this one real quick. And then we'll snip it. We'll snip it right up. We'll snip it. Now, listen, I'm not saying that we're going to be able to mount this back in. We're going to try. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do it. But it should. Yeah, it should. As long as I can cut this top part of the wing, we can get it back in. Because it's clipping in on the back, no problem. Because the back has like more. I just have to like really go in here with this thing and like really kind of cut this part of the wing out of it. This is a small little, I might even take my hand drill and just drill a hole first and then just cut the rest out, and then it should click right into the wing, and then we should be good to go. I'm adding glue to the wings to give it some rigidity, so that it won't fuck up on me. All right, so then we're going to do here before we glue this in place. We'll come here like this. We'll do this. Right? We'll look in the light. I just put it to the light so I can see it. We snip it. We snip the tip. I snip the tip. Okay. Then we'll cut it even shorter. All right. So now, and then we can, I can even cut it shorter. It's the same size. Nice. Let me see something. I need a pencil. Where the fuck are my pencils? There we go. I just drew a little line so I see where I gotta cut. Cut this off. All right. Okay. So now we put this missile head on. Where's the butt of it? That right there, we got ourselves a second missile. Right on, dudes. Right on, brothers. Right on, dudes. Right on, brothers. It's good to have you, man. Thanks for hanging out with me, dudes. I appreciate you, brother. Well, let me just tell you something right now, dudes. I appreciate you all hanging out with me, brothers. Well, hold on a second, dude. I'm seeing a little bit of access, dude. You got to wipe some of that stuff off, brother. There you go, dude. Wipe it off, man. There you go. Okay, now where is that? All right. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be quite honest with you. These missiles, I didn't think it was going to be that smooth. But all we did was we took this thin dowel stick and basically put it in the little gap of the missile, the head of the missile. Then we slid over the tube to make it the size it needs to be. And then we just sandwiched it with the end. Same thing. I'm going to just quickly just try to fill this wing. Like I said, I don't want to go crazy. It is, you know, the wing is very thin, so just be careful. Like I said, the glue will self-level. All right, we'll just let that. So we'll let that set, and hopefully it'll look good. The good thing about it is you could probably heat something up like a if you have like a shitty soldering iron that you don't care about, you can just turn it on and just run it over hot glue, and it'll just kind of heat it up and do what you got. You know, if you want that, it's up to you. really like the white suit and black suit Pandora. Wait, so we'll still talk about Pandora. I'm just kind of chiming in. I'm sorry. I'm just doing this shit here. Hold on a sec. Anybody was following the football talk from last week with me and Mikey, the Giants got their first win yesterday. Jackson Dart era has officially started. Isn't that crazy? We shut the air conditioner off for now. Getting a little chilly in here. Yeah, hot glue is the saver, dude. It always helps, man. Like I said, I have a giant box of hot glue sticks, so if I ever need to just fill gaps, I use hot glue. I don't give a shit. The work is going to be back if you are still. You should be. I'm going to be here for a little bit, bud. So yeah, please come back. We're just putting hot glue into the wings right now. I'm probably going to have to hit a second one. That's fine. But at least now I know what to do for this one. You always make your mistakes for the first one and then kind of correct it for the second one, and then the second one is so much better, and you go, God damn it. Like, it was just kind of like... Okay. So now we've now filled both wings. And we're going to let that dry. And while that dries, I'm going to pack another joint. See, it never stops here. We're always making things. I had this thing. It's 120. This is new because I've already smoked 120 before. You just take one out. And I love this little pack if anybody is a smoker, because it comes with a packing stick. It comes with this stick that you can pack it with, and it comes with this little shovel thing that you can just scoop up your weed and tobacco if you're using it for tobacco. I have my weed right here. It's Master Kush, if anybody's wondering what the strain is. I don't hoard information. I tell everybody what I'm smoking. And I just kind of fill it up, pack it like this, try to get all the shit because there's a bunch of like residue. This is infused weed, so it has keef in it already. It's very strong. That's where I am now with weed. I can't just get a fucking like a dime bag. That's a thing of the past. You got to get this. I need something strong. I need something proven. This is Invert. It's called the brand. They're out of New York, obviously, because it's got to be New York grown in order for you to sell it. I know it's in a grassroots jar, but no. And we just keep packing. That's what I do. That's how I make my joints. I'm gonna do everything on the Freshly Baked Live. Is that better than edibles for constant pain? I'd say so, because this happens immediately. Like, you get this immediately. Whereas edibles, you gotta wait for it to kick in, which is fine. Once it kicks in, it kicks in. But if you're in, like, I ask my wife will tell you if she's still here. She's not on TikTok. I wake up, and as soon as my eyes open, it's like, hello, Tony. We've been here the whole time. So like I help her with her morning. I get her out the door. And then I smoke my first joint, and that's when finally all the pain goes away. And anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do deal with that on a daily basis. It's very bad. It was one of the reasons why I got prescribed this shit. Although my prescription has expired, my medical card, so I do have to re-up that shit ASAP. Because I'm trying to get a job, like an actual job. I have to We have to start contributing. Start helping the wife, start helping us, you know. So I need it to be okay. Now I know it's legal here, and I don't know if they still test for it. I'm not sure. They probably test for the harder stuff, I assume, at this point, because now that it's legal, they really can't say you can't do it. Do you have a Care Bear to do for, you know? I know, right? I wish. That's a Stony Bear would definitely go. My wife didn't know that they have the hearts on their hands because when they care, they go like this and the light comes out. She's like, "What the fuck is that?" And I said, "That's when they care. They go like this." She goes, "What?" I go, "Yeah, they shoot the light. That's their care." I said, "You didn't know that?" She said, "No." I said, "Yeah." I said, "For him, it would be like this, and it'd be just weed smoke, and you would just inhale, and you'd be like." I did find action figures of Care Bears that are coming out. They have Good Luck Bear, which is already green. And I told Mikey that I'm probably going to buy one and send it to him so he can make me Stony Bear, a custom Stony Bear. And again, that was if anybody missed the pre-roll this Sunday, which I'm sure none of you did. The fucking Stony Bear was the newest character in my dark place. My local shop has top shelf shake at $5.25. Okay. Yeah. Dude, this is already infused. I should go pick it up, man. And it's very affordable, which is nice. I get a half ounce at the time. But yeah. Like, I can't live without this shit, man. It sucks, but it's all right. Like, I'm not, like, beholden to it. It's not like it doesn't run my life. But it's a lifesaver. My wife will tell you. My wife can always tell the difference from when I've smoked and when I haven't. She'll always be like, "Did you smoke yet?" I'm like, "No." She goes, "I think you should." And then I'm like, "Okay." And then I smoke and everything's okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the same effect on her. I wish it would. Okay. This now thing is full. It's filled. I filled it with hot glue, and it has like a lot of stiffness. It has stiffness to it now. So now it's not gonna go apart. So let's glue this missile in. And then my remote drone is ready to be painted. Right on, guys. We did that right here. We did that, dude. Oh, we did that right here, dude. Me and you, brother. This whole time, man. Me and you hanging out, dude. Figuring stuff out. Thursdays and that, brother. When you have a YouTube show or a YouTube podcast, all you would want is to have a catchphrase where people just immediately kind of gravitate to it. And man, figure it out. Thursdays at 9 has become mine. You know? Is my missiles. I got 2 missiles now. Missile styles. Okay. Just gonna let that dry for a second. I like holding a joint in my mouth like I'm an old black mechanic. You know, just what you got here? What you bringing in for me? You know, like that kind of stuff. I like that. I guess he doesn't have to be a black mechanic. I've seen white mechanics have the fucking cigarette hanging out of their mouth. Look at that. Oh, shit. God damn. All right. So we made our missiles. We're going to let this dry a little bit. I might have to run a hot tool over it just to kind of flatten out the wings a little bit, but they're all right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I might have to. But now they got some, and they're still flexible. That's the beautiful thing about hot glue. It gives it a little bit of rigidity, but while keeping a little bit of flexibility. That's good. That's top notch right there. That's right. Here you go. All right. Now I shot the missile earlier today and it went over there into the ether and I'm not going to go look for it. So it did come with a missile. If you want to keep the missile, you can. I'm not. So for this thing, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I want to close it or if I want to put a gun there. What do you guys think? What should we do? Comment below. But if so, I might cut this gun that came with it, this little Uzi, and just mount it in there. So it's like a little gun. That was a good gun noise. Yeah, what do you think, guys? Talk to me. Let me know what you think. I mean, because it's just got this hole here. And I want to keep this here because the little wheels are here, little fabricated wheels. I would love to get Hot Wheels thing or Micro Machines. Like, I'm not going to fuck this thing up because I love this thing. But if you took this Micro Machine, like this thing, this like little, and basically put the wheels. Yeah, the wheels would work. Oh, and it comes apart. What a fucking screw. Huh. We might have to go to fucking the store and get another one of these. This is Jada Toys, too. I have to get another one of these. Little Micro Machine car. You can put actual wheels on this thing so it'll roll. So that's just coming to me. But, you know. A camera bubble for targeting. Well, that's this, dude. That's what the front of this is. So it's all, this is how it comes. That's why when I paint it, I'm going to paint this part because this is where all that is. This is where the sensor is to see everything. The camera and all that shit's in here. It's in the front part. So if you put a gun here, conceivably, it would see from here and then the gun can just, you know? And let me just see if I can cut this gun in half. And I can always heat this thing up and cut it. You know what? I'm fucking fighting this fucking thing. Jay Gonzo, you son of a bitch. He said, Tony, you need one of these. And man, was he not lying. So you just take this gun, the front of it. It's a fucking drone, right? And you just kind of put it on. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, Batman. I got this little ball joint here. Fuck all the way. Are you kidding me? If we can mount this little ball joint here, I can get it to move. What kind of tool is that? It's a miter cutter, Chetman. A miter, M-I-T-E-R, miter cutter. Okay. So, give me my handy dandy mini fucking. You hear all that? That's my toolbox. Sorry for the noise pollution, but I want you to feel like you're here in the shop with me. I want you to feel like you're standing here with me, like you can smell the weed. Let me just see if that's still in here. I think it is. Yep, that's right here. Okay. So, take our little handy dandy hand drill. We're going to drill in the back of this gun so that I can possibly take this guy with the little bowl joint, and that's my fucking cat. I think I might have to feed my cat in a second. Give me a hand. That's exactly a mighty cutter. It shall cut any. Hey, enough with the both of yous. Fucking cats. They never stop. They never stop. One wakes up one, and then the other one starts. All right, let's see. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Hopefully we're learning together here. All right, that's about right. Okay. So I'm just going to try and be as precise as possible. It's going to be really rough. When this drill doesn't work, what I do is I take my take my X-Acto knife and just kind of start it with the X-Acto knife and get it in there far enough to where when I put the drill, it'll just go straight through. There's Baron. Where are you, bud? I see you. I'm going to feed you in a second. And they want their food. They're a little hungry. He was sleeping. So when the fucker wakes up, he's like, Benson, where's my food? Boy, you will provide me sustenance. I think that is right now. All right, so I got it kind of drilled out. Let's see. I just want to be able to fit it in. All right, give me a second. Let me feed my cat, guys. I'll be right back. Pains in the ass. Okay, I'm back. Get them some food. Although Countess is already eaten. All right. So I gotta go a little further in. I don't know if this is big enough, but this is the biggest one I can use on this gun. Okay. I really want to incorporate this as best I can. The question is, can I get a good fusion? Fusion! Ha! I know we don't have a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans here. If Ayo Frankie was here and Smudge, they'd go nuts. They love Dragon Ball Z, I can tell. They're of the younger generation, right? The anime generation. All right, so I got a pretty good base. I just got to try to incorporate this right into it, just like that. All right, let's see. What are the chances that this can fuse correctly and actually work? Because that'd be badass. This would be badass if we make this little gun right now and we can get it to actually fit on. That'd be fucking stellar, right? There you go. All right. So let me use my tweezers here. Hopefully this plastic is kind of pliable, and it is. So we can squeeze it into like a point, or like a rounded edge, so that it'll fit in this hole. There you go. There you go. All right. Fingers crossed, everybody. I'm gonna just let the fill in. It did just that, and then we will cap it. I don't mean Steve Rogers. I watched Marvel Zombies yesterday. Did anybody else watch that on Disney Plus? My wife just got Disney Plus so she could watch spooky movies. or her version of spooky movies, which is Halloween Town. Yeah. But I said, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. And I watched it. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I will say this. When they come out with the Moon Knight version of Blade, the Marvel Legends, that's going to sell out because he was the best part of that thing so far. He was the best part of that whole thing. And I felt like the way that was filmed, that Blade movie should have been out already because you were supposed to know who Blade was. So I don't know why. What the fuck the holdup was? Hey, Tony's Fixes in the house. What's up, brother? I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. How are you doing, dude? Hopefully you're all right. In your neck of the woods. Right now, I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. And I guess I could do this view. Which view was it? Where's the one where you like this? There you go. You just swap it out. There you go. I'm taking this. This is a Soldier Force drone. It's from Dollar General. Literally, I think it was $5, and I'm just modifying it, the G.I. Joe and Cobra and shit like that. I cut the missiles were mounted on, Tony, and I cut them off. That's what these little things are under the wings here, and I gotta just modify that. I made my own. I made missiles out of what was on there, and I'm just gonna. You can clip them on, so I'm gonna have them clip on. I just have to modify shit. So that's what we're doing right now, bud. Well, it's good to have you here, dude. Welcome to the show, dude. Go to Dollar General. That's where you'll find these. So I highly recommend them. I'm going to go to a couple more in my area to see if I can get more of them. And right now I'm just trying to modify a gun. So I glued this little ball joint on the end of this gun that came with the toy itself. There's like a little handgun that comes with for the guy. As you can see, I just cut it off. And then I glued this little ball joint. And we're going to stick it right there where the missile thing goes. The little hole. We're going to fill the hole with this little ball. And it's going to be able to maneuver. So it'll be like, once we stick it in, it'll be like this. She'll be able to do that. That's what I'm doing right now. I filled it with hot glue just to give it some, density. And that's where we are. So thank you for hanging out with us, bud. We're just putting firepower on it. And then we're going to paint the fucking thing. I'm going to paint it this. Highly recommend this paint. If you're using EVA foam or even XPS foam, it adheres to foam. That's what it's for. What the fuck was that? Let me just take all this shit off. This the hot glue and shit. Okay. All right. I was worried that the hot glue was going to warp the wings. It did not. So that's good. When you get it, it'll have 2 Soldier Force stickers on the wings here, right where my fingers are. I just peeled those off because they were stupid. You get water slide decals. You could probably put your G.I. Joe. You could do like U.S. Marines or whatever the fuck you want to put on. You can go crazy on this thing if you really want it. Excuse me. I'm just going to wait for this glue to fuse on this gun before I go trying to pop it into this hole. Oh, shit. Mother. Are you kidding me? It went right into the hole, and now look at that shit. It can move. Oh, my God. Dude. Like it was meant to be there. It can move, dude. Fucking awesome. Now, I'm not going to go pulling the thing out because I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, say it broke. But that's fine. But at least I know it fits, no problem. So let's re-glue it. And we'll pop it back in. But that was what I wanted, and it worked. So let's reglue it. Hell yeah. Okay. That is good news. So that's what we're doing, Tony. Good to see you, bud. Just applying a little pressure right in the hole. It went right in. It went right in. We filled that hole, didn't we? Yeah. Keep talking, Carl. We might just haul you off. Yeah, that's right. I'm just a dog. All I know is ball and good. I love that's my favorite episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, by the way, Ham Banana. He said tonight, yo. I love Carl. I think that's what hell is like, constantly being raped by dogs. I used to think it was funny, but not until it happens to you. All right, so I'm going to let that sit again. I just re-glued that. All right, so now let's try to do this thing for the wing that I was saying, my idea. Work with me, folks. Let's see what we got. Everybody keeps talking about Tubi. I used to watch the Conan cartoon on there, on Tubi. I don't know if it's still there. I used to love the Conan cartoon. The song, too, was badass. There you go. That's what I needed. Just a gap so that I can cut that shit out. All right. There we go. Oh, you fuck. You did it right there, you son of a bitch. All right. So now I just drilled out 2 holes. So it should be easy now. Yep. Cut out. So, my handy dandy pliers. Pull that fucker out. Okay, so let's just see if I can slide this missile up into that motherfucker now. See if I can slide it up into that motherfucking cavity. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Now it clips right on. Oh, I love it when I'm right. Fuck, is that awesome. Shit, man. I'll just move this up so you can see. So there it is. It clips on. So you're just basically recycling this thing. You're not even like fucking with it. You're just modifying it enough. Oh my goodness. Tell me I'm good, chat. Tell me I'm good. Let me just cut this part out. Now, you could keep it as is if you want. You just want to paint it because it's just going to put on a shelf. That's fine. It's up to you. I know it's your toy. Do whatever you want with it. This is for me, for play motion. I'm going to need this thing. Oh, come on. Don't. It's the back that's doing it. This one side ain't sliding it on for some reason. Let me cut it out some more. Hold on. Just to get it to fit comfortably in. Like I said, so if you just want to like paint it and then just kind of the back, let me do the back here. Like the back one on here is being difficult. All right. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, Wile E. Coyote, super genius. That's right, damn it. I feel like Wile E. Coyote. All right, so this one side is really giving me a hard time. I don't know why. So it's the back. So let me just try to modify this back part here as best I can, so I can get this missile in. I'm just kind of like trying to curve it a little bit so that the missile fits in comfortably and it won't like kind of pop out. I'll show it in a second. Oh, come on, don't be a dick. Why did this one fit no problem? So now it fits, just it won't stay in like this one. For some reason, this one just stayed in perfectly. And this one's being difficult. It's being real difficult. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. I can hit the mic with the X-Acto knife. It's probably harsh as shit. I'm sorry. Okay. We will get it. Well, it will stay. My name isn't Hulk Hogan. I guess my name isn't Hulk Hogan, is it? I guess the only other option is to kind of heat it up a bit and just kind of warp it. Right, that would work, but I don't want to warp the wing. I mean, fucking Christ, this one, I mean, perfect. This one just is not cooperating. Yeah, I don't know why. This will fucking get bored on me too. I gotta glue it back in. Like I said, this no problem fit. This one is just being like a real see you next Tuesday. I mean, I guess maybe you can even cut this back one away. This back part away, so this just clip all the way and maybe just clip onto the front. You might be all right. You know, I'm not sure. Let's see. Imagine if it's just a missile. That'd be funny. That's not okay. Just making sure. Let's see where it is. Because this missile can go right up into it too, which is good. Like I got it completely cut. It's just sliding down. I gotta figure out how to get it to stay. I'm trying to figure out that part. I guess the only idea I have is heat. Try putting friggin' in the laboratory. Why do I feel? That's goddamn right. Goddamn right. Why is the alliance, bro? So now this missile won't even hold. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep cutting away. I think that's the ticket. Now this one's being difficult as well. All right, so you know what? I didn't want to do it because of the. So I'm gonna try something else. Just keep fucking with it. I want to get it to paint stage is what I would like to get it to. You know, I'd like to finish this today. Such an easy project to start with on this first episode of 2025, I think. First Big Props Live. Now that we're back at it, I wanted to finish a full project in a day. You know. Okay, so that fit. Again, it stays. That's what I want. Just fucking stay. Okay. Now, if I can just get this front one to stay, we'd be in business. And I think I see why it's not. I think I see it because it's not curved. It's just straight. So it's just kind of bowing it out. It needs to be curved so that the circle can fit. I think I might have to go heat. I really didn't want to do it, but I might not have a choice. I mean, I could try so many different things, but we'll just do the old tried and true heat gun. Old heat gun. Yeah, right here. Let's see how this is gonna. How this will go down. We're going to try to go as quick as possible with it because I do not want to melt the glue, the hot glue that I have in here. So we're going to go on low, and we're going to hit it real quick. Take long. This should make it malleable enough to just hold it in place for the missile to kind of just. I wish I had like a torch lighter. I could just hit this one spot. I don't have one. The one I have is too big. It's a lightsaber. I just need the you know what I would love? I would love to just have it I mean, look at that. It looks so good with it in there. Just sorry for the noise. Just apologize. I mean, I can mute it if you want, but where's the fun in that? You're supposed to be in the Beat Laboratory with me. All right, so let me just hold it like that. Maybe it'll just kind of set and we'll be okay. And then we'll be ready to go. We'll be GTG. It's really just the back keeps pushing it out. It won't accept it. You'd be like, no, we don't want it. Stop it. I'm almost tempted to cut this back part off completely. And then maybe just leaving like a middle section so that it just kind of clips in the middle. You know? It's really irritating. Yeah. I could probably, if you could just, let me see something here. I'm going to fucking do it. I'm doing it. And so instead of cutting through both, let's cut through one at a time. Come on, you cunt. Jesus Christ. Because it keeps pushing from the back out. It doesn't push from the front. The front keeps it in. So my calculations here are saying that maybe if you cut on an angle here on the back, it might be onto something here. Might be able to just kind of hook it now. It's not gonna. Motherfucker. It's really just, you know, that's obviously not meant to connect it, so we're gonna keep fucking trying. There you go. So if you, I just kind of cut it on an angle. So if you look at the back now, I just cut. That's all I did. Just so I don't want to fuck it up completely. But I refuse to accept defeat, obviously, because I'm just too stupid to accept defeat. All right, cut that off. Cut that off. I'm just gonna want to match it. There you go. Okay. All right. Now my next idea is to maybe just kind of take the pliers and just kind of squeeze the missile, like maybe a little flat, a little, you know, like a little, just so it's not like protruding the thing so much. See, kind of fits in now. Let me just try the other one. Let me just do that to the other one. And I'm still kind of pushing it out. I really thought the heat would do it. I really did. I thought the heat would hold it no problem. But then again, I don't want to warp this fucking thing by heating it too much. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, actually, that's happened to me, Mendoza. Like falling asleep in a chair. Yeah. So, just gonna. I mean, if I have to make my own clip, I will. Like, I'm not above it. Just trying to say. Oh. All right. I'll see. I got that one in good. And this one's getting better. So I am getting to a point where I can. There you go. So look. Just kind of pops out, which is annoying. And it's just that one. It's just this wing that's doing it. Because this one stays in pretty good. This fucking cut rag is being a motherfucker. He's being a real fuckface. Let me just try to heat it up again. Like you could feel the heat. So now I just need you to like morph to the fucking missile, man. Morph to the missile, dude. Morph to the missile, brother. Come on, man. Well, why are you being difficult, dude? I don't appreciate the way you're being, dude. I don't appreciate your tune. So it's really just this missile that's giving me a hard time. The missiles, both of them, are giving me a real fucking hard time. So what I might do, I don't think I could use magnets. Maybe if I put metal inside here and then just put a magnet there and you can just kind of clip it, that'd be cool. That would not be a bad idea. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to try something else before I just go ahead and do something like that drastic. Is I'm going to cut the front now and just see if maybe the middle will hold it. So, wish me luck. See you on the other side, Ray. All right, so it's definitely not the front of the back. It's definitely just the fucking thing itself. So let me just see something. You don't have to do this much modifying. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You do not have to do this much modifying. This is me because I'm a fucking nut job. You could have just left the glued missiles on if you want to. You don't have to take them off. I don't want them on. I want to be able to, you know, have him drop a missile if he needs to. Okay. And like I said, just keep it even. See, now I just cut them on an angle so they look good on both sides. I'm trying to think. Anybody has any ideas, I'm open to them. So don't think that's what this is a think tank. Another reason why I like doing these live. Why is my wife calling me? Give me a second. She's calling me to tell me that she got a stat, which means she has to do her job. Like, she just sits and waits. Like, when they get a stat is basically like a blood test that has to get results done today. And that's what she does. She drives them. Okay. So, a couple of things. One, my missiles, which came out good. I think I dropped the head of the gun that I was going to use. Does anybody have this problem? Like, you think that you have all this space and then you turn around and you're like, what the fuck? I feel like the walls are closing in. Right, that's done too. Cool. Did the thing actually fall? Or am I just thinking it fell and it didn't? Let's see. Sometimes it falls in on the old shirt. You stand up and all of a sudden it falls on the floor. I don't know where that gun and the head of the gun is that I made for the drone. I think, like I said, pretty sure I knocked it off. Oh no, here it's under the wires. I got it. Alrighty, group. Okay, so now let's just happens all the time to me, man. Is it the Soldier Force one from Dollar General Grievance? Because if so, then yes, we do have the same drone. I'm just modifying mine. I cut the missiles off. I made missiles. And now I'm trying to put them back on by using what was there. And it's being very difficult. The guns that came with them, I cut this little one off, put it on the ball joint. And I'm going to stick it where the missile goes, and it actually moves. We did it before. But right now, we're stuck here at this crossroads with this missile not wanting to stay on. And I've tried heat. Heat ain't working. I've tried to cut pieces away. That ain't working. And now Baron's here. Hey, relax. No, I don't want to hear it. Not after what you did yet last night, you little murderer. Although I understand why you did. You're a cat. That's what you do. I know. You don't have to plead your case, bud. Me too, Tony. Yeah, me too, bud. He's standing right behind me. He's right here. Say, little star of the show. Right? Is that you? Huh? Say hello to everybody. You're standing right here. Say hello to everybody. There he goes. Get over here. Don't you walk away from me, you son of a bitch. I'm trying to make you the star of the show. He did get a mouse, yeah. A little field mouse got in here yesterday. Didn't last long. It didn't last long. Tried to tell my wife. She's like, we should have got a mousetrap. I said, they are the mousetrap. Hell yeah. Baron Von Fuzzy Nuggets was... My wife's first cat was named, I think she said Duchess, so she kept it in the family. So this one's named Baron and the girl's named Countess. All right, so this is really being difficult here, and I really don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate what you've done to me here. Let me cut this down. This is uneven. But, like I said, you don't have to do all this shit to this drone. This is just me being really anal about having, like, full playability with it. That's all I want out of it. I just want to be able to have the ability. I wonder if I take a drill, just kind of stick it like a. Let me see something. I know it's fucking crazy, but we're all, like I said, this is a think tank, right? You're not supposed to tell me I'm crazy. You're supposed to tell me I'm a genius, right? What I'm thinking is you put it on the fucking drill and you drill this fucker right through, but I don't want to break it. But if we just go like this and then just turn the drill real quick, you think it would work, guys? One way to fucking find out. Let's see. Now I'm going to push it in and then just quickly. All right. I'm just trying to do it to see if it'll cut down on the fucking... All right. Kind of did what I needed it to do. Motherfucker. I mean, it's still kind of pushing it out, but not as badly. Let's just see. Let's pull the missile off. Let's do the other wing. Let's see. There you go. It's going in slowly. I apologize for the noise. I'll mute it. Success. Success, everybody. Yep. I just have to do this one. But this one got it. All right, so let me just do this other one a little bit more. But we got it. The definite. Yeah, give me a second. I'm muted again. All right. Just clean it out a little bit. Pour it out a bit, bud. Just pour it out a bit, dude. And we got ourselves a missile holders, dude. You're holding the missiles, brothers. So there you go. Now we have detachable missiles. Okay. Be careful with that one if you ever do that with a drill. That could have gotten away from me easily. We could have had ourselves an accident. 0 days since the last incident, you know what I'm saying? All right. So now where'd I put the head of that gun? All right, so now I'm gonna let this continue to dry. This little ball peg. And then we put it in there before grievance and it fit right in. It just fit right in. And then I got a little gun thing. Now I think we can take the missiles off. Held to the yeah. And now we can paint. I have a Jesus Christ. I have a meeting. I keep moving it. Wednesday, Thursday, back to Wednesday. It's like, God damn, dude. All right. So I'm going to use this paint. We're going to paint it and turn this back down now. My desk is a mess. I apologize. I should have said sorry at the beginning of the show, but I didn't. So I'll say it now. I apologize. I'm probably going to use more precision. I don't really need to use a precision brush. It's not like I'm doing anything. I'm just painting it all one color, except for this part. Although you could paint it all one color and then paint it black. But that's what I'm doing. I just want a nice soft bristle brush. I don't think I have many of those anymore. And you got to tell you know you have old brushes, and it's like, yeah, all right, I gotta go buy new brushes. That's where I'm at. The material it's like molded out of too. I think the paint should adhere to it pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, so it adheres to it pretty fucking good. Yeah, I'll show it when I get the first coat on. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this gunmetal. Okay. For the body of the drone, and then the bulb piece, the front of it right here, will be black because that's where the tinted glass is for the camera and everything like that. You can of course get as creative as you want. You could take it outside and just spray paint the fucking thing if you want. Bobby Wald, I think, before said you should just paint the whole thing black for scrap iron, which yes, you can. I'm going with this gunmetal gray so it can be versatile for a bunch of different people. So that I can have it for Batman, I can have it for G.I. Joe, I can have it for fucking Cobra, I can have it for anybody. So that's basically the driving force behind this. Virgo's in the house. What's up, Virgo? It's good to see you, man. Hopefully you're having a great day. Don't hot glue that joint, bro. Now it's not as close. Objects are closer than they appear. I'm good, thanks you. And hey, man, who says that hot glue won't up the joint up? You know, a little bit of the chemicals. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you can see the difference, but that's the wing on this side. That's the wing that's painted. You see already it's making a difference. I am going to basically go to every single Dollar General in my area to find this toy. This seems to be a very easy build, very easy custom, very easy kit bash, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it will probably kick up your G.I. Joe collection up a couple notches. I really believe that. Because like this is where we are now, right? Military drones. This is how we fight the war now. All fucking AI, dude. All AI, brother. It's AI, dude. Say, hold on a second, dude. Are you telling me that we fight it with drones, dude? Hold on a second, dude. You're gonna sit here and tell me that the army uses drones, brother? That's right, Hulkster. Or Honkster. For all you honkomaniacs out there. Two silly gooses. Every Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Standard, 6:30 Central Standard. Over on Mikey, JMK Custom Works channel, where we watch him do this wonderful stuff. I would love to work during his stream as well. I just feel like we would be neglecting the chat because he would just be working on his project. I would be working on my project, and no one would be looking at the chat at all. And I feel like that's messed up. Although we could always take breaks, I'm sure of that. But I feel like, I want to help him. I'm on his channel to help him. Got to man the chat for him while he does the art. He's the artist. Plus, I'd just rather watch him work and ask him questions. It's kind of like going to a tutor. Or like hiring a tutor to tutor your kid, but you stay there and you ask questions too. Like, how did you get that hot noose? That kind of stuff, and then the tutor eventually realizes that they're tutoring two people at once, but it's only charging the one. I love this color paint too, this gunmetal. I have painted so many things with this exact bottle of paint in terms of dioramas and shit. And costumes. I've made so many weapons using this shade. Virgo, tell Roughshod to go to Dollar General and look for these. These are really good tools to have. I know he's a big collects a lot of G.I. Joe, right? Well, that's what I said. I feel like Mikey has like a paint seminar, right? And you guys all paid, but I'm like the host, something like that. Motherfucker, is that how you do? And then he just turns and looks and he goes, you could have paid for the class. And I'm just like, I'm the host. No. Now, I think I'm going to go two-tone. So I think I'm going to keep the top part, this gunmetal gray. And now that I painted it with the hot glue, I'm going to paint the hot glue part black. We'll see. We're going to paint the whole thing gunmetal gray first before I do anything. Before I commit to anything. I think that I'm going to go to Walmart at some point and get one of those micro machines because I want those wheels, because I think you can put real wheels on here, which would be cool. But I'm really happy with the way the paint is adhering to this right now. And once we get this part black, I'm going to paint that with a crystal clear acrylic or a crystal clear seal so that it's shiny, so it looks like a glass. And I'm going to keep this as is and go flat and matte, shit like that. This paint is cool too, because when you hit it with, it's like sometimes certain silvers, when you hit it with that clear coat, whether it's matte or crystal clear, it just turns the silver to gray, like an interesting gray. That doesn't do that to this. You still get like the shininess of the silver. I wonder if you water this down, if you could shoot this to an airbrush, because this is like very flexible paint for EVA foam in particular. So, but I assume you probably could. Well, with enough thinner, dude, anything's possible, brother. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I appreciate everybody hanging out, coming through, saying hello. Even if it's for a quick pop-in. I'm a fan of a pop-in. Never mind it. I'm not like Sebastian Maniscalco. I'm an 80s kid, so I remember the pop-in, especially from my aunts and uncles. My aunts and uncles used to walk all over the neighborhood in Queens. So you could just be chilling. All of a sudden you look up and you see my aunt and uncle walking down the street. But Jesus Christ. And then they would just come sit in front of my house and wait for my grandfather and grandmother to come outside. I mean, we're going back for almost 40 years, 35 years. Yeah, those are the good old days, man. Not a care in the fucking world, right, guys? Not a care in the world. This looks real good. All right. Just get the rest of it. Like I said, you could just spray paint this if you want to, because it was all one color anyway, and then go from there with the hand paints. I don't have any gunmetal gray spray paint. So I'm just using this, and I know I figured it was going to adhere well because it's made for EVA foam, and EVA foam tends to absorb paint. So if you don't seal EVA foam usually with like a Plasti Dip or a Mod Podge, you're gonna have to hit it with mad coats of paint in order for it to just start to even look remotely to what the color is you're painting. So let's say you're painting it silver, for instance. It would be a ton of coats before you start to see silver, because it's just basically foam. It's like a sponge, so it's just absorbing all the paint that you're putting onto it. Unless you seal it, which is with heat, and then even after heat, like sometimes heating it and painting it is fine, but you have to heat it and then hit it with Plasti Dip or Mod Podge. Because that has to seal the foam completely. And then of course XPS foam you can't spray paint at all, obviously, because it eats it up. The only thing you can do is obviously paint it with an acrylic, seal it first, and then go from there. But usually what I do is I just always seal it. Just a rule of thumb, just seal the foam. And I usually just when it comes to XPS foam, I just hand paint it. Fuck out of here. I'm not gonna fuck it up. Not even a chance it, because I know there was one, I forgot who did it. They were like, you could spray paint it, but you have to be like pretty far away. But you could do it, but the paint has to literally trickle on to what you're doing, and then you have to do that a bunch of times, and then eventually it gets enough coating that you can hit it. But even then, I wouldn't chance it, because if there's one open section, all it takes is that aerosol to get into that open section. It'll eat it from under the paint, and before you know it, the whole fucking thing will just literally the paint will collapse under it. Making sure we get this whole thing painted. We get all the edges, but I'm liking this. I am going to add some different details to it. Like there's, you might be able to see some of the details now that I hit it with this paint. So it's like so. In other words, I don't know if you can see, like they have like little details onto it now. There you go, boom, like that kind of stuff. I'm gonna paint like different colors, maybe like a black, whatever, and then like I said, under it, now that it's just glue, I'm gonna paint it black, and then that little box I'm gonna keep a gunmetal gray. But for the most part, I'm gonna do a black wash over it, so all these lines will get filled with a little black line on it, and then this piece is gonna get painted black. It's pretty badass, man. If you want to, like I said, you want to paint it whatever you want. Like if I can get a couple more, I want to paint a couple like navy blue for Cobra. I want to paint like a green one, like an olive green for G.I. Joe, an army green or whatever you want to call it. And, you go from there. And then this one I could just keep for like Marvel Legends and shit like that. Missed one wing. There you go. I missed the front of this wing. And this paint dries so fast too, which is nice. Again, I know Mikey uses the like army. I have army painter here. I have a bunch of them, like a whole kit. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate the kind words, man. I'm liking it. I'm liking the way it's coming. I like this gunmetal. It's very neutral. Like a bad guy could use this, a good guy could use it. Like that. That was why I went with this color, because I just wanted to have the ability to kind of swap it between villain and hero. Like I can use this now as a shield stealth drone. I think maybe with the next one I might try styrene to seal it at the bottom and shit. Although the hot glue isn't bad, I'm just going the quickest route first. This way, if you find this thing in the wild and you're like, fuck, I saw what Tony did, I want to do that shit, you know how to do it real quick. And like I said, hot glue, it basically levels itself out because it's just liquid. As long as you have it level. Good shit right here, man. Okay. Just painting the box here under it. Now I'm going to paint everything silver first, and then I'm going to go over it with black. This way, if the black chips, you'll see silver under it. Like I said, at some point, I wouldn't mind trying to put actual wheels on this thing. I know it's crazy. It'd be like, dude, you spent like fucking $8, but you take this thing that's $8 and you fucking make it better. And then it becomes something that you could essentially maybe sell or give away, and it's priceless, you know? Well, someone goes, fuck, man, I think it's worth at least fucking $50, $60 now. If somebody says that's a great compliment to me, because that means they'd be willing to spend that much money, you know? So now there's a little bit of hot glue here that you can see. Now I can cut that away, but I don't care. I'm going to leave it there. Doesn't bother me. So far, the hardest part of this thing was trying to mount the missiles. And like I said, if you just want to keep the missiles there, I'm gonna take my glasses off. I'm starting to see fucking blurry because of how close it is. If you just want to leave the missiles there, you don't have to do all this. This was all just extra work for me because I didn't want to see the missiles. I wanted to use the missiles and have them like drop on people. The gun was literally a happy accident that we literally happened on the stream. So I guess I can prepare for those on this official Tuesday stream now. Day stream. Get you guys while you're at work. So you got nothing to do. You're on lunch. You're like, oh shit, Legend Series is live. Let's see what he's cooking up in his beat laboratory now. Let's see what this nut job is doing. And sometimes the projects might be huge. Sometimes they might be small like this. But regardless, I think we're always going to have a good time, right? That's what it's about here. And as always, thank you, Dan Alton, for drawing Stony Bear. Something's in the works, by the way. Me and my wife, we looking up some stuff for Halloween. Catch my drift. We might have reached a goal, but we're still going to celebrate and have a good time. So please come hang out with us on October 26th. And I present the Halloween Spectacular, presented by Legend Series. And Telemordu. I'm just kidding. It's always on the radio here in New York on sports radio. Presented by Vinny's Auto Care and Telemardu. I listen to a lot of sports radio. That's how I get my news. Just listen to the locals. I don't care about and then you watch your ESPN to get the national shit. But honestly, and this may sound selfish, I don't care about the people outside of the teams that I root for. I can barely muster up enough attention to give my teams that, you know. That's why I commend these like sports guys, because they just like literally watch sports every day. Every day. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude. And then they want to talk about it all day long. Well, come on, we got to talk about it. The Mets didn't make the playoffs. Big surprise. Not big surprise. I saw that coming a mile away. I saw that coming a mile away. And I love the New York Mets. But yeah, which just wasn't this like, you feel it. There's like a buzz that goes on with a team. When you're like, oh no, this team is good. No, or like this Mets team did not have any kind of buy in, nothing to them. Well, obviously, I'm not gonna get back into another sports conversation the way me and Mikey did. Me and Mikey broke that shit down last Wednesday. I'm off till they're nice, dude. Nice, dude. I have. Oh hell yeah, dude! I'm glad to hear that, Dan. So this is where we're at. Nice little gunmetal. See the separation. I'm gonna wash this brush off, and then I'm gonna fucking paint this part black. And then by then the bottom half should be. Let me do this real quick. I gotta do this part. I mean, this is pretty good. Pretty good. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I also love Seinfeld. I know Seinfeld's acquired taste. Some people don't like it. I always felt like you had to be a New Yorker to like really enjoy Seinfeld. Of course, you don't have to be, but like, because it's just so much New York references in it that if you're not from New York or been to New York, understand. Like live in a structure like that, like Chicago or other big cities. Let my joint burn out. Can you believe that? That's good, right? I'm enjoying that. That's good. Be right back. Just go rinse this brush off right quick. All right, we're back. Okie dokie. So now I just got to get the black paint out. I got like a full-on paint drawer here, which is cool. I'll put my fucking cherry just fell out of the fucking weed. So I have like all these army painters, like this shit. I have a bunch of them. And then of course I have like this kind of shit, like regular fucking That's my flat black. I use that for everything. Army painters like when I want to pizzazz it up because they got all kinds of cool colors in there. But I'm going to start getting Citadel. I know Citadel's a little expensive. But I mean, Tony uses the Apple, right? The Apple barrel ones, right? You get those for like $1. Listen, however you do it, you know, you're the artist, man. Whatever you use to get it done, right? And I'll just paint this. I think once I paint this is gonna really make it. It's gonna make it pop. My father-in-law got me this thing. Put it around your neck. That's a light. I can see what the fuck I'm doing. Great little handy tool for anybody. Okay. The only problem is it's really bright. But you could really concentrate, which is cool. It's cool, but when I got them both on, I look like I had headlights on. It's funny. I guess you have to be there, right? But it's funny. When I'm outside cutting wood and shit like that. And like shit like this. I don't have proper lighting in here. Although I guess I could turn up this ring light brighter. Yeah, I guess I could turn that up brighter. This is too bright. I thought 225. Okay. How long have we been at it? Oh shit, we're almost 3 hours. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Speed it up. I don't want to bore anybody. I mean, we are technically watching paint dry. So I get how that could be boring. See, now it has like character to me. Like it's coming to life now. I'm giving it its face. Its unassuming face. Like I said, I would highly recommend this toy. Go check your Dollar Generals. And if you have multiples, please let me know if you want to part with some, because I could use them. And I would greatly appreciate the help, because I only could find this one. I was so happy to find this. It's so sad that we're in a day and age that when you go to the store, you just feel like, yeah, I'm not going to find nothing. Because of how bad it's been. It's fucking sad. You just go to the store hopeful, you know? You're like, going on an adventure to the store. Try to make that a musical number, but I'm not very musical. There you go. Fucking A. That looks so good now. Okay, hold on. See? And that's like the little glass part with the camera. Alright. My eyes are like fucked up because I'm still looking at such a small thing. Citadel and Vallejo. I used Apple Barrel years ago. And I just thought, okay, so now you use Citadel and Vallejo. Yeah, that's Vallejo's another one. Hey, son of a Crown Slayer. What's up, bud? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, dude. Welcome to the program, brother. Now, in terms of the two-tone, I really do like this gunmetal. I do like the gunmetal gray. And I'm going to give it a whole black wash, so the lines are going to get filled in, so I don't really... It's going to darken it already, even more than it is. So it's going to look like a 6 stealth drone. But I'm thinking like this little piece right here, a little like control panel thing or gas tank, whatever it is. I don't know if I want to paint that a different color. You know, make it stand out. And then this little thing right here in front where the glue kind of filled in perfectly. Maybe Nicole, if I can just zoom in. Could you zoom in? Yeah, there you go. See that little lip right there, that little nipple almost? I'm going to paint that red so it looks like the red dot. You know? Leo is the shit my favorite as of now. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to use it. Oh, this looks real good. We made missiles for it. Missiles were they were attached to it. I detached them, made my own missiles that now clip on and off. But a little bit of ingenuity, we went through a little thing there, didn't we, guys? And now we're just at the paint stage. So I am gonna paint this with a crystal clear, the head, so it looks like a shiny glass. But other than that, I am very happy with this. I think this came out awesome. I think this is, like I said, I really would recommend this to anybody with G.I. Joe figures or Valorverse figures, just the military figures in general. These are really cool. They're at Dollar General. Soldier Force is the brand. It has like a shitty, when I tell you shitty figure. Omega Red hit my button there. It's got this shitty little figure. There we go. I'm very happy with this, man. This looks really good. There you go. We're just gonna... Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna black wash this whole thing, so it's gonna darken it big time. So... yeah, Counselor. I'm gonna use it for oh, Jetman, no, don't be sorry, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I appreciate you hanging out with me for I'm for 3 hours, Jesus Christ. But yeah, but I appreciate you, dude. No, never be sorry, man. Never be sorry. But yeah, Crown Slayer. It's for Crown Slayer. My wife would be Crown. It's like even when she's not here, she's here. Yeah, I'm gonna use it for like Firefly, the Joes, just anybody, man. Really. Like I saw somebody on Instagram post it, and I was like, oh fuck, just immediately started to swirl. My wife said she had to go to the dollar store. I was like, let's go to Dollar General, fuck Dollar Tree. And she was like, okay. And I was able to find one of these there. And now I'm just kind of painting it up. Like I said, I would highly recommend it. I filled the bottom with hot glue because it's a hollow shell. And at this juncture, I definitely want more. At least maybe 2. You know, I'm gonna make it 3. You know, if I get 3 tops, I'd be happy. So I have 4 together, including this one. But you have to cut the missiles off and fucking shit like that. So I did all that. So if you guys want to do this yourselves, it's very easy. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, well this is ready to go. All you got to do is go to Dollar General, bro. You can find these. Just a little bit of a paint job, you know. Comes with a little missile. That's what this thing is for. And the missile shoots out of there. But I took the handgun kit that came with the figure, and I cut the machine gun tip off, and I put it on this little ball joint that was in it was in the gun kit thing, and I mounted it to this gun, and now you can pop it into the missile thing, and you get the gun. Then it actually articulates, which is awesome. The missiles now clip on to where the missiles were mounted. Took a little bit of finagling. You have to watch the replay, but I had to cut and then drill to get them to stay on now. So now they clip on and they come off, so you can drop them. So this was worth the fucking money. Just the fact that I was able to modify all this stuff, definitely worth the fucking money. I would highly recommend going to your Dollar Generals and getting this figure. If you're a fan of, like I said, if you're building armies with your Joes, this is how they fight. This is how the military fights now, dude. You know? So, but I'm going to give it a black wash just to, to fill in the lines and just kind of just make it a little darker. Because like I said, it is a stealth drone. You don't want to see it. But now I'm just trying to decide what I just want to make completely. I'm sorry, I just hit the mic. What I want completely black before I start the black wash process. And then this thing is done. And then I got myself a drone. I'm just gonna take it outside and seal it with matte, and then I'm gonna get brush on crystal clear for this. But this was a cool this was cool. This was a cool project. So a good start to the every Tuesdays now. Every Tuesday I'm gonna be live, Freshly Baked Props live. We're starting with this. Next week we're gonna get into the diorama for the giveaway. For the challenge at the end of the month. I'm giving away a diorama. And then of course this fucking guy is on the list too. So this guy's gonna be fun. The Zerg drone with put this little fucking wire in. So we're gonna have some fun here, man. The missiles I'm basically just gonna, it's gonna be hard to paint because it's just gonna rub off every time you click it on to this thing. So I'm just gonna keep them white. I'm just gonna keep them white. So even this one right now, it's still kind of coming off. It's annoying. But like, I'm gonna because I just don't want to deal with paint rub, and you're gonna deal with it if you paint the missiles. So I'm gonna paint the head and the back of the missile, but I'm gonna leave the body of the missile just this white, just so I don't have to fucking I don't want to deal with that bullshit. Now, you could print out some stickers and pop them on. You could use water slide decals, I assume, but it's definitely worth the purchase. Just send you a DM of the stamping damage painting method I mentioned. Oh, thank you so much, Hendo. I'll definitely Instagram, I suppose. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Endo. Okay, so this is the table salt, hairspray, and old brush and water. Oh shit. Okay. I have to look. I'm all right. Base coat metallic paint. Dude, I have this issue with my eyes. I don't know if anybody else has it. Like when I'm working on something like this with my glasses on, and then I look up, the words are fucking blurry. So I'm sorry, Hendo, if I can't read it. I have to once I take my lunch break, that's what I'm gonna do after I'm done with this stream. I'm gonna just kind of reset my eyes and just chill. Like last night, my wife got me a coloring book. I forgot how much fun coloring was. But coloring was fun. And last night I was coloring Vulture. She got me a Spider-Man one. I was coloring Vulture, and I kind of just looked up, and everything is blurry. So sometimes that happens. And then I have to reset my eyes. I have to just kind of sit and close my eyes for a while. So it's getting to there because I didn't realize this thing is small when you think about it. Guys, give me 1 second. I think I got some mail. That's exactly what it was. I got some mail. So I'm getting ready to wrap it up now anyway. So, but yeah, so my eyes get fucked up. I'm just fucking weird. I used to think it was just the weed. Like, oh, I'm smoking too much, but it has nothing to do with it. Because I won't be high or be baked. I don't like to say high. High sounds so fucking like degenerative. Um, and it'll always happen. So let me just lower this a bit. Yeah. But I love this thing now. I truly do. I would recommend clear coating it though, because like this flat black and flat gunmetal, it does have like a weird feel to it. So I want to have like that crystal glow. Yeah, so I have some mail. So I don't know what to paint the missile. What color should we paint the missiles? Any suggestions? Just right now, gray. Right, so we should paint them different. Something like maybe the tip is red. Right, I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments, guys, and we'll figure that out together. I think I'm just gonna paint this bottom glue, like I said, black. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go for it, and then we'll wrap it up. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, man. And thank you very, very much. As always, it's a fucking blast when it's nice to have a think tank, you know, on ideas, base ideas, or even like of other customizers too, like Tony and Mikey who come in here and help me out. I appreciate it. I am definitely I'm definitely gonna have to blackwash this thing. Yeah, this was definitely a smart play. Okay. Yeah, so this is pretty much done. Like a black wash, which I'm gonna do, and I'll just show that off next week when it'll already be done. I'll do that later. And then I'll paint the missiles by next week, and then we'll start working on the diorama. I'm gonna show the diorama now before we go. Red and orange tips. Thank you, Crayon Slayer. Sometimes that happens when I am painting a mini. Yeah, dude, it fucking's crazy. My eyes are all fucked up, man. But thank you, Hendo, for the tip. I'm gonna definitely use it for the painting and shit like that. Yeah, man, this is done. I like I'm gonna even paint this under here black, because you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to see the bottom. When you look up, you want to see a shadow. You gotta be careful. Okay. I'm just gonna paint under here. And I'm gonna do the wings. Take the missiles off. I make sound effects for everything. I'm like a child. Oh my god. Drives my wife crazy. She goes, "Do you have to do sound effects for everything?" I go, "Yeah." Well, what's the point if you don't do it? I am like a man. You know, like the definition of man child? I'm a man child. I really, truly am a Toys R Us kid. I never grew up. All right, let's do the wing. If it's got glue on it, you paint it black. Creepy stories. Oh, that's nice, Dan. My wife listens to that shit. She listens to the Believe Hole, I think she calls it, whatever the fuck. I don't listen to podcasts. She wants me to submit that weird story that I told about the ghost on her thing. I don't know if anybody watched that on her stream. Was it last year when we were telling ghost stories? And I told the story about the thing I saw when this dude did himself in. When I lived in Middle Village, there was a guy two buildings down from me. Scariest moment of my life. But one of them. A couple of those scary moments here and there. Especially one this happened this year. One that'll never change me forever. I'll never be the same after it. And the holidays and the birthday was hard to get through because of it. That was the loss of my father. Which, by the way, big time condolences to Matthew Matson, who just went through it as well. So he's got my deepest of sympathies. Trust me, I know exactly how he feels. But yeah, she wanted me to tell that scary story to that Believe Hole podcast. I watch Sir Spooks. Do you watch him, Dan? I watch that too. Like he has to show like the videos on the internet, like that's scary and shit like that. I like the ones where they're like the scariest things caught like in the woods. And it's like usually it's just mostly like dumb people you find in the woods. You're like, I'm trying to camp, man. Get away from me. I love the ones where they like go on the abandoned hunts. Like they go to the abandoned house and someone like there's a homeless dude living there and he scares the shit out of them. I don't want to put too much paint on it. This is looking good. Okay, so I got the bottom painted black. See? I don't know if I'm going to paint that box black. I'm going to keep that gunmetal and then I'll get a black wash. It'll just darken it. I think that's good enough. But yeah, this thing for now, color it done. Just touch up the top here, making sure that it is completely blacked out. Do not want any paint rub before I seal it. Looks good, right? Little drone. Yeah, I'm a man child. We read, like, there's the fucking happening again with the fucking. I found 118 acrylic rod, 18 inches long. I was on flight stands. Would be cool for your drone. Crown Slide, please send me that link if you have an Instagram. That's badass, dude. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use it. Yeah, definitely. I watch both. Okay, so you do watch that shit. Yeah, she's always watching that Believe Hole shit. Well, you have my deepest sympathies, Hendo, for real, brother. Like I said, I just went through it. Just went through it in May. And it changed. A lot of things changed. Not just that. So you have my sympathies. It will have a profound effect on you. I don't know if you've lost a parent yet, but that was the first one I've lost. It does something to you. Like I'm not gonna go down that whole fucking rabbit hole. But yeah. So you have my sympathies, brother. If you ever need to talk, I'm here. I get it. All right, so put the glue gun away. I'm gonna put some tools away now, huh? Well, this is the cleanup, huh? This is the cleanup part of the show. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, man. Like, really, thank you. Like I said, I'm gonna be back at it every Tuesday now going forward with this little program. and we can hang out. We're gonna build shit. You know, if you're hopefully like you're just doing like Dan Alton. Danny's doing some painting, and he's hanging out. And we're working together essentially. It's like we're basically hanging out, working together. Well, look, that a simple little $8 toy now to me, with a couple more modifications when I'm done with it. The missiles mounted in, the gun mounted in, the paint job. I could probably sell this for like $30, $40. Somebody didn't know any better, didn't know what it was. You'd be like, oh shit, I want that drone. You know what I'm saying? So maybe sell it with a little kit, a little drone remote. Like I'm saying, if you have extra of those metalhead, whatever his fucking name is, scrap iron, that control that he has, that's basically to me what would control this thing. So, or even if you had that dumb fucking like the switch that comes with the box of blood or whatever the fuck it's called, that'll work too. So you just need a drone remote essentially. I'm going to keep the cell phone from it because this can go to the 6-inch figures for sure. The other guns, the only one I'm going to keep is this like nice looking handgun, so I can just put it on a shelf, or you can give it to a chick, probably fit in her hands. This gun is done now. I cut the tip off. This will now get mounted onto the drone. I guess I can mount it on now. It's not going to come off now. Now that I'm going to put it on, I'm going to just keep it on. So you pop it in, and now it articulates side to side and up and down. So it goes up and down, side to side. You can't pull it out because it's glued in. So don't pull out. But let's see it kind of completed right here. Let's go. Sound effects again. Hey, Jeff Morse return. We are just about done. Jeff, look, missiles in, gun in. That is my little attack military style drone. I will hit it with a crystal clear coat. I was going to make this matte, but I think I'm going to paint the whole thing crystal clear, and then I'm going to black wash it. So this thing is pretty much ready. I just got to paint the heads of the missiles. I'll do that off stream, and I'll show off the finished product next week, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So thank you guys so much, man. This was fun as shit. This little fucker. All right. So I'm happy we could do this here today. And like I said, this is officially back now. So Freshly Baked Props Live is back every Tuesday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please, you got nothing to do. You're at work. You know your work day is going to be slow. Hang out with me, man. We'll get this done. I'm going to make this. I'm going to add this to the members only smoke break, and we'll open all this together. Then that'll just be a preview video. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. But thank you again, Artie. I promise I'm going to put those together because I definitely want to fuck with those. Did I get paint on me? No, that's just my hair. I have both of the super action stuff, food packs, and both of the arcade machines. Yeah, right. They come with the switch, right? Or the bootleg switch that you can put in there. You can use that as the drone remote, was basically all I was saying. So that it would basically pilot this little angel of death now. Oh, God, he's shooting me. It's pretty cool. It's pretty sick. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Catch me Wednesday with Mikey on when it's custom time with Mikey and the two silly gooses. So until next time, guys, I appreciate you all. For real. Deuces. Yes, it is. Alpha. It is for a future play motion. That was one of the reasons why I bought it. So if anybody sees these at Dollar General, let me know. I'm looking for more. Thanks, guys. Later.